whatever it was she found out.
Okay. Never mind then. Dude, that spoopy cat glare emote is so cute. PF1 nose covering up the glam menu.
Oh.
Having the glam menu up.
Yeah, so I was wondering. Yeah, like what Sin said, I thought maybe it had locked or something.
All right, we are finally 23 minutes after the start time.
Yay!
40 out of 48, so we can now go for the hardest part of the instance, which will be the hard ready check, also known as queuing for the fucking. So if you need to take I'll give us probably a minute if you need to prep your actions or grab stuff from your box. Once we hit X24, I will throw us in the instance.
Gamers.
So make sure you're on the class you need to be. I will hit another ready check just while we're waiting for that.
Damn it, you closed my holster.
Do it again. Do it again. Switch to blue. Now, can I queue in as a botanist? Is that okay, Cam?
It's like warrior.
Okay. So I'll do
Just
that.
swing the axe a little harder.
Okay.
Blue DRS. Stop, this sounds actually fun. Alright, looks like we're waiting on Nero. You can let me know when you're ready, unless that was an accidental... Not ready.
They'd probably have to add more spells if they cap it to 80.
No.
I assume.
If blue wasn't allowed in Eureka at 70, blue's not going to be allowed in this at 80.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's nice to dream.
I'm going to throw us in about... Just hard ready check when yeah.
Yeah.
Going.
Come
Yeah.
on, 30-minute penalty.
There
I
was
don't
only
think
one
this has
person
penalty.
Not a thing if you queue.
No, we're a full alliance going in.
Ding dong. Alright, we passed the hardest boss, which is the freaking hard ready check, which is getting in the freaking instance.
Now to see how many people forgot actions.
Wow.
Please pop your essence.
Yeah, pop your pures, pop your erasers, pop your essences, pop your actions. We want to make sure everyone has these in, they're very important. Do not take either of the pads once the gate opens. Once you go down, you cannot come back up. There is a Lost Finds cache in the center, and there is an appraiser on the right, so if you need to appraise any last minute fragments, it is on the right.
Cache.
Once you pop your pures, pop your cache, I'm sorry, yeah, I can't words. Once you pop your pures, pop your erasers, slot your actions, you can go in the Lost Finds cache and grab your full instance holsters. I highly recommend bringing everything you need for the instance because you never know how far we're gonna get, so. Cache, catch, catchy.
It's just
Whenever we're doing like the first run, I think of your emergency holster, Cam. It just has like all the shell and the steel sting. Fell for it.
Safety gamer.
Cam, since I'm not assigned to Lost Shell, what should I bring in instead?
Extra erasers if you'd like. Also, please don't pick the pads unless you know what you were doing. You cannot come back down. You come back up after you go down. But yeah, you can take extra erasers.
Lost maybe an extra perception.
Extra perception's always nice in case someone forgets it, even though we probably won't reach there. But
You never know.
I always bring one in case, but
yeah. All right.
Like capsule.
So thanks to you for whoever's placing the markers. If you are in Alliance A, B, and C, and you have verified that you have your pure on, you have your eraser on, and you have the actions. Also, I should mention this. Please do not apply any shell at this point. Do not apply protect, shell, bubble, any of that. If you get it, you can click it off. It isn't super important for now, but just know for the future that we will not be applying these until we reach avowed. But yes, once you have verified that you have your pure on, you have your eraser on, you have your holster ready, you can take the pad. A, B, and C will be going to the left to slimes, and we will have we will have golem side D, E, and F go to the right.
Both traps on slime side are south.
Nice. If you have extra space in your holster, I do recommend extra erasers. Never hurts for prog.
Oh crap! I'm the south preceptor.
I will mention as well if you do have any haste gear, whether that's earring or body gear, I do recommend putting it on in here if you haven't already. The gear you wear does not affect your stats as long as you have something statted, so the only thing that matters is either haste gear or having something equipped.
It's on the roster, but healers confirm who in your party is bringing spell or steel, just to make sure.
Yes, safety holsters are always nice.
Safety holster gober.
Ed, we'll explain the specific responsibilities for slimes and golem side once we split up into each of our voice chats after the pad is clear. Does look we have still about like 15 people still at the box.
Are we splitting the alliances like golem and slimes?
Yeah, once the box is clear, I'll have a split. But if you want to go early, if you are in alliances D, E, and F, also known as golem side, you can drop down into the Alliance B voice chat alongside Arca, who will be your caller.
Yes, I will be your caller today. I'm gonna head there now.
Yep, see you later. Good luck.
Bye. Thank you. You too. Do we already have everyone? It's 24 people in here. Alright. Alright. Welcome to Golems. This is gonna be thankfully the easier of the sides. This one is pretty simple. So, first thing I'm going to explain is the traps. So, because that's going to be the first thing that kills people. So, who's the other person? Who's the South Perceptor? Gaber? You're the South Perceptor, which means you're going to be checking where the traps are in the 2 south rooms. So, the traps can spawn, as you can see, we have 4 little rooms here. The traps can spawn on either side of those circles. So if you're looking at the circle directly now, it could spawn on the west side or the east side. And so they'll be there, and there's always going to be one in the middle. Now there's always going to be 3 traps each time we go in there. There will always be one in the middle. Yeah. You can show them where it is. I'm North Perceptor, but if you want to show the South Perceptor where they need to go.
Well, you pre-percept.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pre-percept the south ones. So if you do it here, And you check the message. It says you do not sense any concealed traps nearby. That means there's not going to be a trap in that room. And then Himbo's doing the other side as well. So then just let us know if you get that message.
Say it and yell. So
Yeah.
like, if there is a
One here.
so
Okay.
no trap blue, one trap white. So the traps are white, mid, and one north.
Yes. And it could be anywhere north. So it could be, and I'm doing north percepting, so you guys don't have to worry too much about that. So that's going to be, so do not go in front of your perceptors. That is the first and foremost thing, because if you do that, you can trigger an explosion trap and die, and also kill everybody around you. Okay. Let's see here. So, I don't know where to start. Oh, jeez. Okay. So, the golem side, as you can see, there's 4 different paths. There's a red one, a green one, a blue one, and a white one. And these replicate the colors that the golems can turn. As you can see, these things here are our golems. So when the door opens, they're going to pop up. And they're going to need to be aggroed immediately by the tanks. Now, the tanks are assigned their specific golems in the roster. So if you see like red tank, green tank, blue tank, white tank, those are the ones that you're supposed to be taking. So the golems cycle through different colors. It goes from blue to white to green to red. And the way that they do this is they cast a thing called metamorphosis. To get a specific color, you will either need to interrupt or not interrupt these ones. So the person, for example, who has the blue tank, since you're going to be pulling one of the blue tanks, you will need to interrupt every single cast of metamorphosis. And then, for example, if you have the red tank, you're going to need to let it do the first cast of metamorphosis, and then interrupt every subsequent one. And then it's the same for white. It's the same thing. You're not going to interrupt the first one, but you're going to interrupt all the ones after. Green tank, you're going to interrupt every single one. So if you're the blue tank, you're going to be here, and you're going to pull this golem to the blue room. Oh wait, I should probably mark the tanks. I think one of them's a fill. Let me find the signs. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Has a red tank out the range DPS do the interruptions? No. So I'm going to be your interrupter. The interrupter is in case that I'm there in an emergency. You should still interrupt it. Or wait, am I? No, wait. Yeah, because I can only do it every 30 seconds.
They only cast it every 30 seconds.
They only do it every 30? Okay, I did not know that.
You can always interrupt
am I
your
just...
own. The only reason we have an interrupter assigned with red is because going up in melee range to interrupt yourself is super scary.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all tanks can interrupt their own.
Right. Okay. So let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm like super. Ugh. Okay. So the blue tank is going to pull. So each room represents which color golem needs to be in there. So the blue tank is going to pull the blue one to the blue room. The white tank, I'm the assigned interrupter. I'm going to be the only person who's using the interrupt for the red tank. Nobody else used that. I'm the assigned interrupter for the north one, I believe.
Yeah. Quick question. Yeah. Which blue golem is going into a blue room?
That's going to be this one here.
So the southern one, right?
The north one.
North one. I don't know who's talking.
The one that is northwest. That's going to be the one that goes into the blue room. The white golem. Yeah, I'm gonna mark myself. That might help. I posted an image to help these golems in bed. Is it Lynn's? Because that's what I'm using as reference right now. Yeah. I'm like just staring at it. I don't do golems very much, so I'm a bit flustered. I apologize. I'm gonna mark. Should I mark the tanks? Probably. Do you guys suggest if I mark it by kill order? Mark the tanks by kill order, or
Just
by...
let us know the kill order. It's blue,
Yeah.
white, green, red. Then just direct the horde to each golem as they die.
Okay. So, DPS, like, basically, tank. Shit. Sorry. This mechanic is just extremely tank reliant. DPS and pretty much everybody else who isn't like pocket healing or interrupting is just going to be killing the golems as we go along. So the first one we will need to kill is the blue tank, which as you can see is going to be in the southeast room. It's going to have a very potent
Southwest.
bleed, so they will need a healer on them to make sure that they don't die. Of course, it's going to die pretty quickly after the DPS, but healers need to heal them up and make sure that they just don't die. The white golem is going to be, of course, in the southeast room over here. That's the one we kill next. When it hits 30%, it casts a thing called compaction, which is basically just a DPS check. It should still die very quickly. We shouldn't have to worry about that too much. But once it does hit the... Oh yeah, you can cleanse the bleed, yeah. You can Asuna that, healers. I forgot about that. So once the white golem hits 30%, it's going to start casting compaction, which is... It's just a DPS check, essentially. So we need to kill it before that goes off. And then we kill the green golem, which will also need a healer because it does big hurty. And then for the red tank, which is going to be the last one we kill. Oh, wait, sorry. White golem tank will get the bleed. It starts as blue. Yes. Okay. I assume every... Okay. Yeah, so each time a golem is killed, they get a damage up, I believe. Isn't that correct? They get a damage up
Yeah.
each time ones get killed? Okay. So each time a golem gets killed, they get a damage up. So when we go kill the green golem, it's going to do more damage. So healers, you need to make sure that the green golem does not kill the tank. Yes, and there's that too. I'm going to get to that. And then there's going to be the red golem, which is going to be the last one we kill. We are going to wait to fully kill that one because we need to know when the slimes are fusing, which is, of course, the other side. If we kill it before the slimes are fusing, that can cause a wipe. So we'll hold off until we hear from slimes, and then we'll just burn it down. All right, and then we have the hallway golems. So if you are on there's like a north golem trash and a south golem trash. That essentially means at the north and the south, there's going to be two golems that spawn. If you're the DPS assigned there, you have to DPS that down. Otherwise, green can absorb those golems and become even stronger and make it harder for survivability. Am I missing anything?
I have a question.
Yeah.
On a guide I read, for a red golem, they put it down to 15% and then waited there. Are we doing that, or are we just waiting?
We will wait according to what the slimes are. I assume that the slimes will wipe the first few times, but we will still wait for them, so we just have practice.
You get
So-
the golem down to 25%, and then you hold it.
20. Yes.
Okay, so we're holding at 25%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
When it hits 25, just go out and help kill the hallway golems. Also, between each golem, you want to have the horde of DPS help burn down the hallway golem as you're moving to the next room.
Also, I should also mention this. The golems will tether to the first person, like the golems will tether to the first person that attacks it, so make sure that you will not be, the DPS off the bat will not be attacking the golems. The tanks need to, their assigned tanks need to hit them first. And so for the red one, if you are the red tank, you will need to run around the room and kite it, because if it hits you once, you will most likely die. So you just need to run around the room, make sure that it doesn't hit you with an auto attack, and wait until we're all there so that we can kill it. Scary red noises. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Did you talk about killing them on the paths?
Yes, I did not. Okay. They need to be killed on the pads. If they are not killed on the pads, that is very not good. They must be killed on the pads, so make sure that when you are like baiting them and everything, that they are on the pads.
Overall, biggest thing is golems is slow and methodical, and if there is a mistake, we can fix it. It is very rare that something on golems will spiral so badly that we can't fix it.
Yep.
While slime's on the opposite, if one thing goes wrong, it snowballs into a wipe extremely quickly. So there is a high chance that we will see slime wipes a few times.
Oh, do a wiggle check, by the way.
I think you covered just about everything, though.
Yeah, I think I just need to tell the tanks where, because, you know, from these golems, they need to. So, tank 1, you're going to grab the tank here. Tank 2, which, wait, where's tank 2? I do not see a waymark for tank 2.
I marked myself, so I don't know. Who is tank 2?
Does red tank also get a bleed? Someone in my party
No.
is asking. No? Okay. I didn't think so.
Only the 2 blue golems do bleeds.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to be getting a green one, so you won't have to bleed. It's only the blues that have to worry about that. So the people grabbing blue and the person who's going to be transforming it into white need to worry about that.
Just use your invuln or all your mit, and then make sure that you're healer as soon as you ASAP.
So if you're the white golem person, you're going to be grabbing the golem from here and dragging it to the white room, which is going to be southeast. If you are the green tank, you're going to be grabbing this one and grabbing it to the northeast room. And if you are a red tank, you're going to be grabbing it from here and then going to the northwest room. I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
Yes, do not. Yeah, again. So wait for preceptors before you run into your rooms, because we know one of them's in the southeast right now, and the other one's going to be north. So I can call when those are. Yeah, the blue one's fine. You can go straight to pad. White will need to wait for the trap to be found.
I think we're good.
Okay, yeah, I think that's about it. It's pretty much just, like, kill the things in order, make sure that your tank turns the proper color. Not tank, the golem turns the proper color. And DPS them down according to... Yes, you would run around the trap. You have to work around it, essentially, depending on where it is. But we still need the golem to be killed on the pad. Yeah, we open the door at about 3 seconds since there's a slight delay. And that's about when slime should be opening their door as well.
Tanks, don't forget your stance, and also pre-pop sprint before we...
Wait, is Slime's ready? Did Slime say they
yes,
were ready?
they've been
Yeah.
ready for a while.
Oh, okay.
Tanks on golems, make sure your stance is on. Pop sprint beforehand so that you get the full 20-second duration.
Do not go in front of your preceptors. Okay, middle trap has been found. What's here? And then it's in the red room. Okay. All traps have been found. DPS down the blue golem right now. Wait for it to turn white. Okay, now you can get down the white and get down the ruins golem as well. Okay, we're good. Green golem is next. Once the red hits 25%, we're gonna hold until we hear from the slimes. We're gonna hold damage until we hear from slimes.
Interrupt.
Okay, hold damage on red, just attack the ruins golems.
Interrupt. Where's Red's interrupter?
I got it.
And it transformed.
Oh, did I do it too late?
If you're the assigned interrupter, just don't do anything but chill on that golem.
Okay.
We have to wait for it to swap 3 times. Do not interrupt at all anymore, and make sure to let it make sure to keep that tank healed. Bjorn needs an Asuna. Just keep focusing on killing hallway golems till it turns back to red. And once it transforms to red, do not hit it until it tethers to the tank. Slimes are fusing, so the second that turns red, go ahead and start burning it down, then get it on the pad. Alright, let it turn, and then do not touch it till it tethers. Alright, we're good. Kill red. Once it's low, take it on the pad and use your invuln. Invuln, get it on the pad. Kill. Nice recovery.
Sorry about that. I panicked. Good job.
So should we be moving into the?
Yeah, we can head back up to the. Yeah, we can head back up to Alliance A.
All right, cool.
Once I am up, if I can stop dodging these arises, we can get going.
Oh, did you guys get a big red or something? Well,
No, I was taking. I had a green slime pulled because I was trying to. One of them was wandering into a room, and no one ever ended up grabbing it. So I was kind of just taking autos, and then eventually died. We are extremely unlucky. I am dodging.
What is going
arises.
on?
Which is weird because I pulled one off of you. You
It-
still got
yeah.
another one on you.
It's equivalent exchange for the fact that you guys first cleared slimes and golems. So now you'll have no arises for the rest of the instance because Cam is wasting them all.
Oh, looks like he got doomed. That's unfortunate. Hopefully your rears are procs. Wow.
Bye, Shy. Good luck. Okay.
Okay, good. We can
Alright,
keep
we did
going.
it.
Alright, everyone can go on the pad now, and slimes. Our fearless leader is licking the floor. Alright, there is 2 chests at the bottom of the staircase. These do contain 2 random fragments. I hope they are for your roll. If not, it is free kill, I guess. I don't know.
I'm so used to doing slimes. Doing golems was like panic.
Panic. Alright, welcome to Trinity Seeker. This is the first boss of the major boss of the instance. Where to start? Yeah, so at this point, you will want to slot any damage actions that you have brought. This can include switching your perception to dervish, switching lost rears if you happen to be bringing that action to a damage action, such and such. If you did not pop your pure at the start, now is when you would want to use these. I hope you brought them because we did manage to get a slimes and golems one shot. Food is recommended too, as it does work in here. It is free. Yeah, pots are useful as well. Big damage stack in your lost action buffs. Other than that, I do see a Perceptor. I would appreciate if you swap that out before the boss started.
But I need it.
What if there's traps?
Okay.
Yeah, there might be some traps.
Yeah,
Can you give
true.
me a second?
No
I
matter.
need to use all 74.
Did you
Yeah.
not bring 4 others?
All right. Other than that, yes. So this is Trinity Seeker. This is the first boss. Hope you guys studied. As for simple explanations, yeah, if you do know the fight, it's fine if you go BRB. Just make sure that you do not stay still for too long. We do have quite a few ninjas, I noticed. So if the ninjas would like to walk over to the left side and near the wall. I think there was 3 ninjas. Oh, Nero, and yeah, I think that's actually 2 ninjas is all we have. I will let Senbo take priority for the mugs. So Nero, when you see the first mug fall off, you can use it afterwards. Obviously, this is our first time pulling it, so it is okay if things get out of whack, but just make sure that you don't overlap them into the opener. That's the biggest thing. Chain stratagem, I don't know how. Oh, we do have quite a bit of scholars, so if you guys would like to come, if all the scholars would like to come over to the left, and ninjas, you can go back. Yeah, 40 seconds of bug is big damage, as everyone is affected by. 48 people are being affected by your raid buff, so. No, we do not need shell now. We do not need any of those buffing actions yet. I have no priority for how these chain strats will go out, so I will let go from left to right on the roster. Annalise, you can take the opener chain strat. Mordred, you can take the second one, and Lala, you can take the third one. Basically, if you see it fall off, just put another one up. Again, this is our first pull, so I don't expect it to be perfect, but just make sure that you don't overlap them too hard. That should be it for... I don't know if anyone else was a scholar, but I'm going to assume that... Oh, Smug, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Smug, you can, again, take the one after that. A lot of the burst does come on the even minutes, so that's why I recommend them to be chained rather than alternated on even and odd minutes. Someone did mention lost actions. This is the point where you will be using your lost actions. These are a significant portion of your damage, as they give crazy number buffs. If you are using any 2 damage buffs, such as like a banner and a lost font of power, or a chain spell and a lost font of magic, I highly, in fact, I say you should, as a basically a bare minimum, using these 2 actions together, because raid buffs in this game are multiplicative. You be using these together and doing your burst. You should not be using them on cooldown. Well, you should be using the 120 on cooldown, but you should be holding the 90-second one for the 2-minute. Pairing them, big damage. Big damage equals boss die. Yeah, so that should cover everything in terms of I guess housekeeping in terms of actions.
Quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Do we need to worry about like rend order or anything like that?
Yeah.
Rends, yes, that is a good point too. At this point, I have 4 renders on the sheet, but only 2 of you will be rending for this fight, because the other 2 are backups for Queensguard, or just if the main renders go down and you see it gone for a while. Fuel System and Wang Hu, you 2 will be the renders for this instance, for this boss, sorry. So, if you 2 would like to discuss amongst yourselves out loud in the chat box, if you would like to take the first one or the second one, to repeat, that is Fuel System and Wang Hu. Whichever of you 2 would like to take the first rend and would like to take the second. It does not overlap with the mug, no. It is its own debuff. I will tell Wang Hu to be second, because Fuel System is offered to be first. Once you see the first one disappear, put the second one on and just alternate. They do alternate perfectly because they are 30-second buffs with a 60-second cooldown. I guess from small housekeeping for the other responsibilities, if you are assigned Cure 4, or C4 as I like to call it, this applies a 60-second 10% damage bravery buff to your party. It is extremely important to keep this up.
I think Cam muted themselves.
You cut out.
Oh,
Sorry about that. So sorry, I forgot what I was saying. So if you are assigned a Cure 4, for your party, this is a 10% bravery buff. You will need to apply this to your party, ideally before it falls off. But wiggle check. Make sure you're moving. I don't want anyone to get booted out and miss prog. As I was saying though, if you are the Cure 4 for your party, you will be applying this buff to your party every 60 seconds. But if you need to reapply it early, that's okay. It is very important to keep this up, as a large portion of the party's damage. Dervishes for your party, you will be keeping these up. You can use Dervish on cooldown because it is not 100% uptime. Sky and Vanessa, I know your party has 2 Dervishes, but I trust you both know what you're doing because you both have Dervish before.
We have 2 dervishes?
Yeah, you and Vanessa, unless one of you didn't kill in on this range.
I thought I was solo dervishing. Whatever.
Nope. Steel Sting, Ether Shield, Spellforge, Shell, all of these will not be used until much later on, or decently later on, so you can ignore that. Banish, you can ignore that. But yeah, that should be it for action housekeeping. As for the mechanics of this fight, Trinity Seeker is very normal, or very similar to the normal mode. However, it is quite faster, and it likes to combo its mechanics with other stuff. Each time there are HP pushes in this fight, so we may be having mechanics crop up at sudden times. Whenever the boss changes forms, there is 3 different AoEs it can use. When it transforms, or there are quotes, but I will just call them out. But they do have, I guess, colored auras when it happens, but the calls should be fine enough to listen to. When it glows red, it will be doing a sides cleave, so I'll have everyone go under the boss, ideally behind it, but directly under it is safe if you don't know where the sides are. Green is a stack, which we will all line up and stack together, and blue will be going inner cards of the boss. Inner cards of the boss in melee range is safe, but it is quite scary, so if you aren't confident in where the inner cards are, or you don't want to greed, just fuck off to the inner cards, like it's not a big deal. I guess I should probably mention before I start talking about tank stuff, we do need 1 main tank for this fight, and we can't have a backup off tank, so if anyone would like to main tank this, come over next to me, and All right, looks like we do have a few takers. I don't know if either of you have main tanked this before. I would prefer to have someone new to it just for the sake of learning. So, Caltherin and Nova. If either of you would prefer to main tank, we can have the other off tank. So I guess it's up to you two to decide who wants to.
I do not care. It's up to you, Catherine. If you would like to main tank, I can do backup.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So, yeah, main tanking this fight is not too difficult. It's just mainly making sure that you keep the boss centered after it does its mechanics on the sides, after it gets mispositioned, because things like the sides cleave and facing the boss for the tank busters can be a bit tricky. The inner cards probably is where it gets the most tricky because if the boss isn't faced north, but just make sure the boss is faced north and centered if you can make it. Caltherin, you will be main tanking. Nova, you'll be the off tank.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, but as for the tank busters, if you get a red circle around you, like one of the red circle tank busters, that will be a MIP buster, so just pop a small MIP. It doesn't hit too hard. If it does the Baleful Onslaught cast, and if the boss is glowing, it is a stillness buster. This means that you will need to stand still. You can roll your combo, but just do not move at all. No tanks will need to be in front of the boss other than the main tank, or they will die. If it is not glowing, it is just a invuln buster, which will be, yeah, is just like it
Wait,
says.
I thought one of them
invulning.
was shared.
That's the shared one, but generally you can just invuln it too. Works fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no movement, no gap closer included for the stillness buster. Baleful Blade, this is the other one where it has to do with glowing and not glowing. If the boss is glowing, I will call for everyone to hide behind these barriers. They are the 4 things you see in the corners. Just if the boss is glowing and spinning, I will call for everyone to hide behind any of the barriers. There is a few that is anything other than busters cleave. Is just the busters. There if the boss is not glowing, it is standing in front of the, or glowing is knockback. If the boss is glowing, you will stand in front of the barriers. I don't know how I misspoke. If the boss is not glowing, you will hide behind the barriers. I will call for people to hide and knock or get knocked. Stillness is just the main tank, yes. We will only want to have the main tank be in front of the boss while tanking. The off tank you can chill somewhere else because the stillness buster does check for everyone in front of the boss. So if someone else is moving in front, then the main can get bopped. So yeah, what Velia said. What else? Yeah, the not hiding and knocking. There are a few times where you will need to hide and knock to a specific barrier. I will use the 1, 2, 3, 4 markers or the ABCD to call for these. And just like normal mode, there also is the iron splitters. I will call for blue brick or yellow sand for which one to stand on because he will stand on one of them and start charging an AoE. There is also Seasons of Mercy. This one is quite the killer. It is just like normal, but a bit faster, so an orb and a lotus will spawn on random cardinals. I will call for which cardinal, or which of the numbered markers you should run towards to avoid the lotus, and which cardinal you should look away from to avoid the orb. Crisscross line AoEs will spawn, just make sure to dodge these. I should also mention, because it just sprung to my head, there is twice or thrice come ruin at this point. If you get 3 stacks of these, you will die. Generally, if you're going to die in this instance, it is to the doom stacks and not to damage. So just make sure you're avoiding those and playing safe. You cannot res through normal means as we have seen before. So re-raisers are your friend. Make sure you have one active in case you die. Yeah, the raid wide is called Verdant Tempest. That's targeted generally will be nice because if one person uses it, it covers it for the whole raid. Reprisals, no, it is not. They don't hit too hard. As long as something is on the boss, they don't cast it soon enough for it to matter. So as long as stuff is on the boss, we have very many melees and very many addles to cover. So, what's the last thing I was thinking of? I was talking about. Yeah, that's right. Pures, I think everyone has them on. You can check in your party if someone doesn't and nudge them. If you do not have a Pure Essence on, the first raid wide will kill you because Pures are expected due to their high defense and HP gain you have from having them on. Like I said, re-raisers, you want to make sure you have these on because you cannot resurrect through normal means. LB3s. LB3s are a good point to mention. DPS LB3 is not used in this content. Because of all this PRS and stuff and damage actions, the damage that the LB3 does is minuscule compared to just doing your normal rotation in here. So just, if you're a DPS, just don't touch that. Tanks, there's a few cases where there is LB3s for tanks in here, but I would just recommend the same deal. Just don't touch the LB3. Healers will be the ones who are mainly using the LB3. There is a point where I will call for the healer LB3s to be used. This will guarantee res everyone in your party. Ideally, this will contribute towards the majority of the resing if things do go to shit later on. Other than that, I think that should be everything. Most of the mechanics are combos, so I will just call the bits and pieces, and you guys will know how to dodge it based on them. Other than that, if anyone does have any questions, yeah, your auto attacks will do more damage over the course than LB3. That is very true. Tanks, make sure your stances are off if you were a golem's tank, just because I don't want to have any aggro wars. If you are ready, you can stand in front of the purple line behind the C marker. In the yellow dirt, you want to make sure you're not in the back of the arena because there is a dead wall. Yeah, if I will call for healer LB3s once they're ready. If more than one is dead, just use it when I call for it. If one is dead, probably still use it just because we want to make sure they get used at all, but you can hold it for later on. Ideally, make sure you get it out before the boss dies. You don't need to have stance on Nova. Only the main tank needs to, but if he dies, obviously, it's time to salvage. Yeah, only use LB3s when called for, because there are mechanics while LB3s are very bad to res during. What else? I think Arca said BRB, so we can wait for her. Again, make sure you have your actions slotted. You do not want to be having Percept in your slots. You do not want to be having Lost re-raise or anything if you're using that. Speaking of re-raisers, make sure you have them active. If they fell off, make sure your peers are on, like I mentioned before. Food up if you need it, or if you have it. Arca is back, so yep. Sky. Yep, but once everyone is ready, main tank can hit a countdown. Ideally, like 20 seconds is probably good. Other than that, good luck, everyone. You're a dancer. It's fine if you're dancing behind the purple line, but everyone else, looks like everyone's in front of the death wall.
Okay.
And if you're good to go, it's on your countdown. Yep. Alright. You'll be opening up with the raid wide. And then we'll be going to his Seasons of Mercy. Alright, let's see what we get. Oh no, this is the fourfold Mercy. Alright, so we are east for 2, then west for 2. So everyone get east of the boss. One, two, move through. Alright, we are going to be looking away from 3, moving towards 2. Looking away from 3, moving towards 2. Alright, we have pushed. Everyone get under the boss. Everyone get under the boss is safe. Alright, we're going to be having our tank busters now. Everyone get away from ignore from 1. Everyone get away from ignore from 1. This is the tank buster. Oof. Cover for the tank. Someone voke, please. Alright, this is going to be the Stillness Buster. Everyone away from the front of the boss. Everyone away from the front of the boss. This is the Stillness Buster. Do not move. Alright, I don't know who got that, but hopefully it was safe.
It was main tank. Put it back.
Alright, this is going to be a hide. So let's wait. Staff for chains, then break them. Staff for chains, then break them. And then everyone get in front of a barrier. In front of a barrier. This is a knockback. In front of a barrier. Knock back into any barrier. Any barrier is safe. I don't know why I said hide. That's my bad. Alright, we're going to be having some Ifrit dashes. So let's look at the Ifrit dashes and see where we're going. We are going towards the 1 marker. Everyone to the 1 marker. Near the barriers. We're going to be rotating around. We're going to be hiding, so everyone hide behind the 2 barrier. Hide behind the 2 barrier. Alright, go back in. This is a raid wide, raid wide.
2 minutes.
Yep. Alright, this is going to be a stack, so everyone stack up towards the 2 marker. Alright, we have some easily dodgeable baited lines, so everyone stand still, and once you see the lines under your feet, move your feet. Alright, move your feet. Alright, he's sitting on blue, so we're going to a yellow sand. Everyone stand on yellow sand. Alright, everyone stand on blue brick. Blue brick. Take the yellow lines away from the party if you get them. Yellow lines away from the party if you get them. Jumping again. Everyone stand on yellow sand. If you have a yellow line, please move it away from the party. Alright, baited lines, move away. Alright, this is going to be T-cleave. Everyone get into inner cards. Inner cards of the boss. It's going to be Ifrit dashes again, so we're moving towards the 1 marker. Everyone towards the 1 marker. Like we have south for 2, then north for 2, so everyone dodge these Ifrit dashes, and we're going to get south of the boss. Everyone south of the boss.
North for 2.
Or north for 2, north for 2, north for... Wait, no, we're north of the... Yeah, sorry, that's confusing. Then move through, move through. Alright, we're looking at, away from 2, moving towards 2. Away from 2, more towards 2. Stack up our chains, then break them. Raid wide, raid wide. Alright, this is the Myth Buster, so emit this. Alright, let's see what we have for Ford Cleaves. Alright, we are north for 2, then south for 2. So let's stay north for 2. We're going to be standing on yellow sand. Yellow sand. 1 cleave, 2 cleave, move through. And then we're going to be ending on blue brick. Under the boss is safe. Alright, Seasons of Mercy. Oh, everyone's standing yellow sand, yellow sand. Alright, we are looking towards 4, looking away from 2, moving towards 3. Looking away from 2, towards 3. Easily baited lines, just dodge those. We need the boss centered again. Alright, raid wide, raid wide. Alright, we are going under the boss or behind the boss, please. Alright, let's see if we're hiding or knocking. This is going to be a knockback. We are knocking towards the 1 barrier. We're going to be east of the Clover 2, south, or east of the Clover 2, west of the Clover 2. Go, knock towards the 1 barrier. Alright, east of the Clover 2. 1, 2, move through. Alright, stack up our chains, then break them.
LB3.
Healer LB3s if you have them. These LB3 if you have them and you need to res people. Alright, raid wide. LB3s if you have them still. We want to get these off before the boss dies. And kill the boss, because I don't want to call anymore. Sweet. Good stuff. There is a chest north. There is a chest north. Do not move ahead if you do, or if you are not percepting. It does not... Yeah, please do not move past the... Don't leave the arena. It does not look like we have anyone dead, so good job, guys.
That was really clean. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was a very clean seeker. Good job, guys.
Except for the fact
Yeah.
that it didn't long.
Again,
You're not the
please...
duelist, do not take this path.
Yes, please do not... Just... Yeah, don't touch traps. Don't go to that golden pad if you are not the duelist. If you are in the duelist party, which means if you do have Sembo, the ninja, in your party, you will be going with Sembo to buff him before he goes to do the duel. There is a chest at the end of Seeker if you missed it.
Let's wipe on Dahu.
Fun times. But yes, if you are not in the duelist party, you can move towards Dahu now. Please, please stay behind the purple line for Dahu. We are not going to pull Dahu until what's it called? Until the duelist pulls the boss. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
My ACT is frozen when I'm trying to open it. This is quite annoying. I try to open it after that boss and it is just loading. Alright, we're going to stay behind the purple line until the duelist party does their stuff. Again, if you are in the duelist party and you are at Dahu, so if Sembo, the ninja, is in your party, you're going to go back to him and give him buffs before the duel starts. Yeah, so Wang Hu, you'll have to go back to them. There's a 15-second countdown.
Good
We're
luck,
not. This is not for
Sembo.
Dahu. This is not for Dahu. Please stay behind the purple line. This is not for Dahu.
Good luck, Senbo.
Time's up. Let's do
Once
this.
we see the RP text, we can pull Dahu. So you can wait a little, and then we can pull Dahu. We do not respect him. We do not give him a countdown. This boss is a stupid little crocodile. We don't care about him. I will say, though, as for quick recaps for mechanics, there are going to be limit cut markers. You will take these to... I do not have markers, so good luck. Just hopefully we kill it. Considering we had good damage before, I'm sure we'll kill it before it matters. Alright, Croc Rocks, move away, move your feet, move your feet. Another set of Croc Rocks, move your feet. Alright, he's dashing south, so get away from south. He's dashing south. Now he's going to dash north. Alright, don't get crispy. Get out of this. Get out of the cleave. Looks like you do have a DC. That is fine. Alright, he's going to go center, and Liger dashes are going to appear. These Ligers will dash around, just dodge the AoEs. After a couple dashes, we are going to have some Spit Flame markers come out. So if you get a marker over your head, take these to any Liger on the outside. Any Liger on the outside to kill it. Don't hit the same one. Alright. Watch for the Liger dashes, and then we're going to be knocked... Oh, yeah, right side shot. Dodge into this. Dodge into this.
Just trying to recenter him.
No worries. Alright, we're going to knock back into any safe spot. Knock back into any safe spots. Gamers know how to dodge this. Get a couple gamers. Alright. These are going to be the fire spin, so everyone get behind him. 2 cleaves will be our caster uptime spot. 1 cleave, 2 cleave, and this towards this is our uptime spot for casters. Because we don't have markers, so I can't say a specific one. Alright, now we're going to be having some ads come out. So everyone can vote Dahu off of Keltherin to have a Vote War. Keltherin's going to be taking these ads. We can AoE them down. There are going to be ads that we can focus down, so we'll focus these down. I said it like 3 times in a row for some reason. Yeah, focus these ads down. Alright, cool. Next is going to be the kitchen sink. All of the things that just happened are going to happen again. And happen at the same time. So we're going to have some Liger dashes, Croc Rocks, move your feet, left side Shockwave, we're going to dodge this and move it. Does not matter because apparently we have some gamers and we're killing this super fast. Alright.
Be careful for
we do have one
Tombstone.
dead. We do have one dead, so let's get them up before we keep going. I do think they were DCing, so...
Oh,
Yeah, there was someone who's DC.
But they do look at their back, so...
that was my fault.
No worries.
I think Simba's still doing the duel.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he is. That's fine, though. Yeah, if you are a healer, please... Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter now, but yeah. If you are not a reser, you can go and move on to the next boss for whenever fights end, but if you are a healer, stay back and make sure that people get up.
There's also no traps after Dahu, so you don't
Yes.
have to worry about stepping into something.
Yep.
There's a door.
It's locked until the duel either fails or wins.
Yep.
Ah.
So
Oh,
we
wait, we're
can-
too fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually duel's done.
Yeah, I think he's doing it legit because he's a cool gamer. Sembo doing the duel legit. Look at him go. If only we could watch him. Actually, he's streaming if you want to, for whatever reason.
I've never seen the duel before.
Me neither. I should watch it. 'cause I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so we
try
do
to
need
go
to
for it.
We will hold tight until Sembo either finishes or... Actually, no, only finishes because he cannot lose because he is a gamer. Somebody
Where
level
is he?
block
Wait, where is he streaming?
In the on Twitch.
Yeah, if you do need a BRB,
Linked
this is
it.
probably yeah. If you do need AFK or BRB for a quick sec, quick bio break or anything, this is probably a good time.
Make sure not to be going longer than 10
Yeah,
minutes. So you don't
longer
get
than
kicked.
10 minutes is bad. All right, good job, Sembo.
Gamer.
We have a winner for the duel. I am going to hold on a second before I explain. Stay behind the purple line if you don't know what you're doing. I am going to wait a bit before I start explaining the next boss because we do have some people who just went AFK the moment that Sembo won the duel, naturally.
And just to be clear, I am for sure bringing Dispel, right? Like it says.
Yes.
I will slap that in.
Again, once everyone is finished AFK, once everyone's back from being AFK, we can start deciding responsibilities related things. I do already regret being a player star as a duelist, and not for the things in the fight, but because of the out of the fight thing where I have to keep spinning around while trying to explain everything.
Shoot, like an auto clicker that does it for you.
True. It's honestly not that big of a deal to even have it because I'm not. It's not like it's big of a deal, but spinning is fun. This is not time for shell. We will not be shelling until avowed. Alright, thank you, whoever just put down those markers, because I don't have all of them. I am going to wait till everyone is back, though, so... Say we do have quite a few AFK. There's no problem. No problem, Nova.
Who's assigned for guard dispel? One of our healers is asking.
Sorry?
I can check.
Oh, let me go check the roster real quick, so once everyone's back, we can start getting people in their spots. This is for... I am going to go into the DR1 channel and get the... I don't know the commands
Yes,
for this
it's
stuff.
just Cal.
Does anyone know what the freaking command is for Queen's Guard? I don't know it.
I
There we go.
don't know.
Cool. Yeah, so these markers are for our reflectors. These are listed on the sheet. We have... Looks like we have Shy on the one marker. We have Rafa on the 2 marker. So we already have Solly on the 3 marker. Leon looks like we have Leon. If you are not a reflector, please get ahead of the purple line just so we can make this clear for our reflectors. Not too far ahead. These bosses do not have an aggro range, but I would still recommend not clicking on them or being near them. And if you are a fizz ranged, do not right click on them. That will instantly pull them. Yep, so it looks like we have all of our reflectors in the correct spots. Good. I don't know what the D marker is here for because I am not very knowledgeable. But
Dispel.
Oh, Dispel. Okay. Yes, that's Keltherin. Yeah, so Dispel will be on the Dispel will be taking the boost when the warrior casts it. Important because otherwise we will probably die. That's the reflector stuff down. Yeah, so this is the point where we'll be slotting steel. I hate these. The purple thing and the yellow thing, Steel Forge, Spell Sting, whatever they're called. You will be
Sting and Spellforge.
Yeah, you will be slotting these at this point. Ideally over your. I think that people generally. I don't know where they put it over. I think like the Seraph Strike or something. Spiel Sting, Steel Ping, whatever.
Yellow and purple.
Spiel.
Yeah, so each party has one doing each of them. I think Shy said that they do not have theirs for A. I don't know, Lily, if you brought a spell forge to cover them, because sometimes we have some people be extra flexible, but if not, we can just mark all of the... Yeah, no worries, no worries. We can just mark all of the casters in the high... That's a good point. We should probably get the funny diagram into the chat if anyone has it, the special boy. Because I do not.
Do they not have a command for it yet?
I don't know any of the commands. Everyone else sends them, and I just look at them. I will mark all of the people in A with blue markers to tell who will need to be getting Spellforged to cover for the fact we do not have it. So if you are a Spellforged, and when that happens, you will mark all the people with these blue markers. Which will include the 3 people that I've marked. Yeah, Bjorn. Alright, so Velia sent the diagram in the chat for hybrid classes. So because we will be applying Spellforge and Steel Sitting, this will be Spellforge will be casted on our physical jobs, and Steel Sting will be casted on our magical jobs. However, some jobs do have both magical and physical abilities, which includes Reaper, Red Mage, Bard, Ninja, Paladin, and Dark Knight. These jobs are hybrids, and because of this, they will need to be applied to both these buffs, or either of these buffs whenever the time comes. So, keep those hybrid classes in mind. If you are not sure about what the hybrids are when the time comes, you can just apply it to everyone. It is not a big deal. Just make sure you prioritize people who you know need it first, like the people who are like, if the casters, if Spell Sting needs to be or Steel Sting needs to be applied. God, I hate those things. Yes, that'll be for Spellforge and Steel Sting. Like I said, because A is missing a Spellforge, the plus marker, circle marker, and square marker are folks who need to get Spellforged. So if you are a Spellforge and these need to be applied, after you get your party, please get the people with these blue markers, or they will not be able to do damage. I should probably mention that if you do not have the requisite buff, you will do 1% of your normal damage to these enemies. That is piddling number. That's like auto attack numbers, so we do not want that to happen. Other than that, I guess I can probably start explaining the actual fight and PF damage. True. Yeah, it is probably less than autos.
Yeah.
No, Shamash. We should not have to follow that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that.
A lot of people did, but it's a holdover from Shadowbringers when you'd have like a lot more dots than we do now.
Yeah, so as for the fight itself, I will explain when Steel Sting and Spellforge get used once we get to where it matters, but yeah, so for the first phase, the Queen's Guard will, or the two of the guards will, the fight does, after the opener, there is the 4 guards targetable for a little bit, but after they jump away, the fight will start with the knight and the knight and the warrior. The warrior and the warrior and the knight will tether each other with a purple or a yellow tether. If they tether each other with either of the tether each other with either of the debuff colors. So if they tether each other with purple, everyone will click off their purple debuff or click off their purple Spellforge buff. If they tether each other with yellow, we will all click off our yellow buffs. Additionally, if they tether each other with one of these, the healers will need to apply the opposite color. So when these tethers happens, for example, if purple were to appear, the purple tether, I would say everyone click off their purple buffs. Healer apply apply yellow. If it is the yellow tether, I will say healers apply purple, click off everyone else click off yellow. We need to make sure we click these off so that we can do the proper damage. Other than that, this fight is decently similar to normal mode, but there is quite a bit of combo mechanics and extra stuff we need to look out for. There were some good diagrams that I remember. Lily, you do not need to apply to every party member, but only the people who need it. So, for example, Steel only needs to go on to the magic casters, but because there are some hybrid jobs, you will also need to make sure you are casting it on Nova, because they have magic too. But worst case, if you forget, you can just apply it to everyone. It's not a big deal. What else? There were some good bomb diagrams that were sent a while back that I want to see if I can grab.
Oh, was it the ones from Aether?
I will also send this too if it's more clear for people. The newer image. No, I mean maybe from Aether. I can't remember. This is useful too. I'm gonna send some more stuff. There we go. Okay, cool. I found them. You Aether folks in your diagrams. I just sent a bunch more stuff into the chat.
Okay, yeah, those are from Abba.
Yeah, so for the bombs, the boss will either tether or not tether all the bombs, but he will also tether you or won't tether you. Because he is tethering, everyone gets tethers or not tethers, they will only be shown on your end. So if you get tethered, that means that how you will resolve the bombs will be different. If you are not tethered and the bombs are not tethered, or if you are tethered and the bombs are tethered, you will be going to a big bomb, and if it's neither of those, then it's small. Therefore, when the mechanic is happening, I will say tethers to big or tethers to small, and if you're not a tether, you will go to the other sized bomb. Gosh, I wish I had those two images, Vanessa. When the boss, for the first Relentless play, the boss will either do a shield omen or a sword omen. This is combined with the first set of bombs, so if the knight does a sword omen, you will need to take a... This is relating to the... I'll send the image again that I'm referring to. Why am I not able to copy this image? Oh, you cannot copy the image preview. Wow, thank you, Discord. Referring to this specific diagram, if it is a sword omen, the center and the line that the knight is dashing are dangerous, so you will need to take the bomb on the outside of the arena. If it is a shield omen, there will be a knockback from the center and a lollipop-shaped AoE in the direction that the knight is dashing. So you want to knock back not towards the knight, but a little to the side of it. If you can see those green little triangles next to the knight piece, that's kind of where you'll want to knock back. It's from the center near the orb, but don't stand inside of it. And then you will take a bomb towards the direction you get knocked back. And you do not want to be, obviously, you do not want to be in the line of that knight because they are going to be charging in both patterns. For the second Relentless play, or that is actually not the second Relentless play, that is pretty much it for the first phase, which is the knight and the warrior. Trying to think if I missed anything. Yes, there's the steel sting and spellforge tether. There's the bombs. There is also going to be Ferrostorm type AoEs, which will be either a shield or a sword omen, which means that it'll either be in the boss's hitbox or outside of the box's hitbox, in addition to Ferrostorm AoEs, which are these yellow triangles these yellow spikes that come out of the boss. So you will be dodging the yellow spikes either inside or the outside of the boss's hitbox. When the warrior casts boost, this will need to be dispelled. Keltherin, this is your job. And yeah, wiggle check, make sure you're moving. We do not want anyone to get kicked out. That will be very unfortunate. There's also the Tank Buster, Rapid Sever. Just make sure this gets a mitt on it. It is not too much damage. And, oh yeah, one more thing too for this phase is there will be a part where giant purple and green AoEs will appear in each of the corners. If you are tethered, you will be moving to the green, and if you're not tethered, you'll be moving to purple. I'll call for that again once we get there. It's very simple. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for the first phase. The second phase... Oh, also, for the tanks, I should probably decide who's going to be tanking these. If you want to tank these bosses, come over to where I'm sitting on the left.
Is there a worry about the Dispeller tanking, or no?
I think Dispeller tanking is fine, yeah. It probably makes it easier if you are the warrior tank.
Well, I was wondering because I don't want to be interrupted from auto attacks or something. I don't know if that's a possibility.
Right, it's not a big deal. It does. You can't get interrupted when casting anyway, I'm pretty sure, as a tank.
Oh.
But yeah, we will have, just to keep it simple, we will have Nova and Keltherin be our main tanks for these, and I'll get the off tanks for these bosses after I decide these two's responsibilities. So Nova, you will be taking the westmost boss for every phase, and Keltherin, you'll be taking the eastmost boss. After the four bosses jump away, Nova, you'll be taking the knight to the wall, and no. You'll be keeping the knight center, and Keltherin, you'll be taking the warrior to the east wall. And once the phase starts after this, Nova, you'll be taking the gunner, or you'll be taking the soldier to the wall on the west, and Keltherin, you'll be keeping the gunner in the center. I will call for these again once these happen, but just know that you'll need to be keeping these bosses separate. That's the biggest thing, because if these bosses get close to each other, they will tether, and if they start casting, they cannot be moved anymore, and they will kill people, and that is sad. Because tethering them gives them a huge damage buff, and I think it gives them a defense buff as well. Yeah, Knight and Gunner will be in the middle, Soldier and Warrior on the wall. Yep.
Oh god.
The base sheet is not accurate, which is why I kind of just deleted stuff from there, because I would rather just decide things in the instance.
That's fine.
So just ignore that for now.
I just know I'm east. First one is on the wall, second one is mid, right?
Yeah. Yep, I'll call for it again once we get there, so no worries. Other than that, for Soldier and Gunner phase, a lot of this is going to be specifically like, is this what you need light? This is not what you need light curtains for. For the Soldier and the Gunner, there will be Fire Frogs that will spawn. These will be called out for whatever the safe spot's going to be for the Gunner mechanic. I'm going to send the image of the Gunner mechanic in the chat, because this is a very good diagram and I like it, and I can't copy the image preview because Discord sucks, so I'm going to copy this and then paste it again. I pasted twice because Discord still stuck, so I have the two versions of the image, which are the exact same. We will check again, please, so we don't get kicked. So I sent the wrong image. Wow, oh my gosh. I hate Discord, sincerely. It's probably going to send another 2 times because Discord's image embeds suck. I'm just going to send it this as a link, whatever. So this is the reading in the Queen shot. If you have ever done Orban Monastery, or just freaking let's move to Skype, oh my god. Yeah, so if you've ever done Orban Monastery and you fought the Mustadio boss, there is the unseen sight mechanic where you have to point your hole towards the boss. There's 3 yellow things that appear around you and an open hole. So you will face the hole towards the gunner in the center from the safe spot, which will be called for. So, for example, if the fire frogs, we want to be next to the 2 small fire frogs, so I will just call for whatever letter is safe, and you will point your... Iblis is in fact required for boss, a good point, so I should be expecting people to have fought this boss before. Yeah, so you will point your hole towards the gunner in the center first, and then once that goes off, you will point it towards a turret on the wall. If you look at the diagram, you can see how the turrets are alternating from left to right, so you want to make sure that you are facing it towards the turret itself and not towards any wall. Yeah, there's also a C and Z in order you have to do this. Importantly, first though, is facing it towards the gunner in the center, and then towards the turret on the wall. Do not stand where 2 turrets overlap, as that will just probably kill you. Actually, it probably won't now that I think of it, but don't let that happen. And the Dal first boss, yeah. I think some point in that. Bjorn, the point is that you're pointing those things around you are the weak spots. Like those are weaknesses points.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite every time.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know, right? Other than that, there is going to be gun turrets are going to spawn. These gun turrets will need to be picked up. They will spawn next to the bosses. The main tanks will pick these up, and they will be invuln when they use their sniper shot. So Nova and Keltherin, both of you guys will be taking provoking these gun turrets that spawn next to you and holding aggro. And before they cast the sniper shot, you will want to hit your invulns. I can't remember what class Keltherin is, so I don't know if they will need like healing or anything after that buster goes off. Gunbreaker, okay, yeah, so standard stuff there. Other than that, after that is going to be ice and fire. So basically stillness and motion if you've ever done T, or Seed of Sacrifice if you've ever done that. If you see fire, stand still for 3 seconds. If you see ice, everyone will be moving. I will call for this when it happens. After that is going to be jumpy ninjas. This will just be dodging into this place where the ninjas are not cleaving and resolving the turret stuff. After that is probably a good time to use our LB3s. That's probably will be getting them if we don't kill it too fast. And after that is the final phase. The final phase will be Ethereal Ward phase. At this point, everyone on Slime side will be going north. Everyone on Golem side will be going south. There will be aura spheres that spawn that need to be DPS down. If you are a tank that has invuln at this point, you will need to evoke it, turn your stance on, just have aggro on it, fight for aggro, and after it dies, a red spike will appear over you, invuln if you have it. Reflectors, this is the point where you'll go to your spot. You will take the first... Let me send the image again just so we have it. Of the reflect spots. Yeah, so... I want to send this image again, but Discord doesn't want to let me to, so I have to copy the link and send it again. Yeah, so this is the reflect spots. The black markers are where you will be standing for the first reflect. If you are assigned reflector and are taking these, you can either use the light curtain action or the reflect action. Either is fine. If you're using light curtains, just make sure you pop it early. Stand in the first one, it'll kill it, and then rotate to the blue one that you were assigned. Each one has one that they'll rotate. If you're in the center, it is clockwise, and if you are on the outside, it is the one closest to you. The red ones on this diagram are the... Yes, this is a true north pattern as well. The red ones are the aura spheres. These will be DPS priority, DPS down. If you're a tank with an invuln, you will evoke. We will check as well because I want to make sure everyone doesn't get kicked out. Other than that, you will need to be DPSing down these ethereal wards. Oh yeah, also the guards will need to be... The duo guards will need to be killed at the same time, so just make sure we are evening them out. I will call if one gets too high on HP compared to the other. Other than that, the ethereal wards will be on the cardinals, or on the inner cardinals. These will need to be DPS down. Just like in normal mode, they will have ethereal or honeycombs that spawn and will counter your attacks. Respect these. Coat of Arms is the cast bar. When the cast bar is casting, I will say, Respect the honeycombs, because these give you a doom stack, and if you are spamming attacks on them, you will likely die. If you are a dancer or a white mage, or like honestly any class with a big point blank, this is probably where you want to be holding those and not using them when those go out, because you do not want to hit those and then get bodied by like 2 or 4 guard AoEs. And pretty much we just DPS those down, and if we kill them in time before Enrage, we will have killed this fight. That was a lot, so I don't expect us to get super far in this on the first time. If you guys are not super confident, it's not a big deal. It's learning, it's prog. We still have time for another pull after this, so no worries. But yeah, also the honeycombs will knock you back, so just don't get knocked into the death wall. I did not call for off-tank, so if people would like to off-tank with these bosses when they go down, come over to me on the left. Zella and Shokana looked like they wanted to be the ones who did it, so Zella, you can take the eastmost boss, so you'll be covering for Keltherin, and Shokana, you'll be covering for Nova if Nova goes down. You will need to make sure that if you take these bosses, you grab them and pull them away first priority, because if they tether, that is very bad. Also, yes, you cannot knock back immune the knockback from the sword, the bombs and stuff. Last but not least, I forgot to mention that I don't actually know what I forgot to mention. Oh yeah, renders. That's what it is. If you are assigned backup render, so this includes Zeal Din and Brown Mina Cupcake. You two probably have Rens in your bag. If you do not, it is fine. At this point, we can decide Rens for the 4 of you, because now that there is 2 bosses at all times, each of you will be taking either the leftmost or the rightmost bosses. So if Fuel, Wanghu, Zeal, and Brown Mina want to decide if they're first and second Ren for the west and the east bosses, feel free to shout it out in chat, discuss amongst yourselves. Because Fuel and Wanghu already were the main renders, I would say have Fuel and Wanghu. You two will be doing your normal rending on the westmost boss, and Zeal and Din, you'll be taking the eastmost boss rending. Just make sure you say in the chat, Zeal and Brahmina, who wants to do it first and who wants to do it second. Because Zeal spoke up first, I'm going to assign you first. I'm going to volunteer you to be the first render. So, Brahmina, if you are present, you are going to be rending after that disappears on the right boss. Hopefully that makes sense. If you renders have any questions about what you need to do, just let me know. All right, sounds like you guys know what you're doing. So yeah, to review, Fuel and Zeal, you'll be taking west and east first rend, and then Ranku and Brahmina, you'll be taking over afterwards. The same would go for Mug. Oh yeah, Zella, you'll be covering for Keltherin, and Zella, you'll be covering for Keltherin, and Shokana, you are covering for Nova. Mug, kind of, but honestly, I'll kind of just YOLO it for this boss because there are 2. Just make sure if it's there, don't apply it. If it goes away, then apply it, yeah. So, what else? If anyone has any questions, be sure to answer, or be sure to ask them. Wiggle around if you haven't in a while. During the open... sorry?
Just to be clear, I'm taking Knight and Soldier, right? Knight is center, Soldier is west.
Yep, I'll call for the directions that they need to go when those happen, but you will always be taking the westmost boss, yeah. Pulling it to the west, it is. So yeah, that it will be the Knight and the Soldier.
Will I have time to evoke the bosses as they come down, and then be able to evoke the bit?
Yeah, they will spawn. They kind of spawn left and right in the. They'll drop down kind of in the middle on the left and right of each other, so you'll have time to like evoke it, get aggro, and move it over.
I mean, like, will Voke be off cooldown by the time I need to invuln the supercharge or whatever?
Oh, you mean for the sniper shots on the gun turrets? Yeah, that'll be. It'll be up for then.
Okay.
One thing I will mention too, because this does happen in learning groups a lot for the tanks. I would recommend saving Gap Closer during the first phase, especially for the bombs mechanic, because after you drop down from the bombs, you want to gap close in and start moving the bosses away, because they can tether each other at that point, because everyone will be kind of spread around the arena. So, again, save Gap Closers during the bomb mechanic, and should be good for that. Again, if everyone has any questions, let me know. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, during the opener, that is a good time to be applying, if you have it slotted, that is. If you have Steel Sting and Spellforge slotted, make sure that you apply it to everyone in your party that needs it during the opener, just so you can have it ahead of time. What else? There was one more thing I was thinking of. Yeah, the blue markers, people have blue marks over their heads. Just a reminder that those people are going to need Spellforge. So any people have Spellforge, you can give it to those people. What is the command for dropping Spellforge and Steel Sting? Good question. I don't know because I am a PC player and I don't use that, but there are controller players or people who prefer not to click off their debuffs by hand that will maybe like using these. So I think it is. Yep, there you go. Yeah, so those are the commands for clicking off the thing you need. If you want to grab that macro real quick, go for it. I'm going to be right back for a second, and if anyone needs to be right back, that is fine. I'll be back in a second, and then we can get going if everyone's ready.
I love the stress.
All right, I am back. Wiggle around if you are here, just in case.
Oh, by the way, Nova, you might want to save a gap closer.
Yeah.
Like all times for like.
Yeah, I mentioned it for the bombs mechanic, but honestly, just having it saved all the time is probably the best bet. Having one banked, just in case. Other than that, if everyone is ready, you can stand behind the C marker. We're going to give a second for people who went BRB, so just chill behind the C marker. I will say as well, if you are a tank, just any tank, have your stance on during the opener because these 4 gunners will probably attack our duelist, who is Sembo. Because he has won the duel, he has been granted a very strong buff that has doubled all of his stats, so he is essentially now the main character for this run. So congrats to him. He is the anime protagonist. He is a chonker. He has a chonky health bar, chonky damage. And because of that, he's probably going to do so much damage that it pulls aggro. So I would appreciate tanks to have their stance on just because it prevents him from getting whacked. And if he gets whacked, that's sad. And if he dies, that's less damage, and so on and so forth. Also, I will mention, after the first set of guards, after the 2 guards die, once we finish killing the Queen Knight and the Queen's Warrior, if you are a Spell Sting or a those things, the yellow and the purple, Spellforge, Steel Sting, you can replace these with the other action you need, whether that is another damage action or if that's the Dispel, Reflect, etc. Spielberg. Yep. Velia's dancing. It looks like everyone is here. Other than that, we can hit a 30-second countdown, so we have time to apply those steel and spell.
Am I doing it or you?
Either of you guys can do the countdown. No big deal.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Ready up. Please don't hit the bosses early. Give them time to apply stuff. Once it hits 0, we can get going. Again, if any tank, please have your stance on for the start. But once the 4 knights jump away, turn it off if you are not the main tank.
Knight is the first set, right? Knight and Warrior?
Yep. Alright, good luck, everyone. Alright, this is going to be the first raid wide coming out. Alright, second raid wide might come out. Yep, there's the second raid wide. Alright. Warrior on the side, knight in the middle. Take the warrior to the east wall, yep. And now they are going, oh, spread them, please, yep. And they are purple tether, so everyone will be clicking off their purple buff, applying yellow. So click off purple, apply yellow.
Including hybrid?
Yep.
Yes.
Raid wide. This is going to be a shield omen. So we are going to be knocking back from the center for this bomb mechanic. Alright, tethers will be going to small. Non-tethers to big. If you fall first, move to a bomb that has already exploded. Alright, warrior is boosting. Make sure to dispel that boost.
Knight needs love.
Yep, knight needs some more love. There's a raid wide. Even them out a little. Next is going to be the tethers for the green and the purple raid wide, or the AoEs, so let's look out for these tethers. Also, yep, next relentless battery. It is going to be the green and purple AoEs. So if you are tethered, you are going to be going to the wind, to the green. If you are not tethered, you're going to the purple lightning. These will appear in a second.
Tethered go green.
Tethered go green, no tethers go to lightning. Alright, and now we're going to collapse in on the knight and be east in the hitbox. East in the hitbox. Alright, raid wides.
Boost.
There's a boost, make sure that gets dispelled, make sure that
Big
boost
mitt.
gets dispelled. Oof. Yeah. Tank busters, pop a mitt. Warrior is a little higher. Alright, we are clicking off yellow, applying purple. Clicking off yellow, applying purple. Our blue marker friends do need purple, if you can give them to them. Next relentless battery is going to be the other bombs, basically. So they sort them in. So we're taking these bombs on the edge of the arena.
Tank needs thing, doing no damage.
Alright, we're taking these on the edge of the arena. If you're tethered, go too small. We're taking these on the edge of the arena. Do not be in the line of the knight. Alright, if you fall first, move to where it exploded. Knight needs a lot of love. Do not kill the warrior. Do not kill the warrior.
Main tank still needs the forge pop.
Yep. Boost, make sure we get that dispelled. You need to get that before it dies, just in case. Alright, boost is gone. Now let's kill them. Alright. Soldier to the side, gunner in the middle. Alright, first relentless battery, which is going to be fire frogs. I want to pet that dog. Alright, let's look at the fire frogs. Let's see what we got. Alright, our fire frogs, small fireballs are on 1 and 3, so let's see where those going to move. Alright, these fire frogs are moving to... We are going to 4. Face your hold to the gunner. Face your hold to the gunner. Not face your hold to any turret on the wall. If you have healers, both healers are down in your... Oh, this is Tank Buster. Hit this. If any healers in your party... If both healers are in party are down, please mark yourselves and mark them so they can get rezzed. This is a raid wide, another set of raid wides. Next relentless play will be the turret spawning, so these will need to be grabbed by the tanks. Yeah, if you are a reflector and dead, please say what spot you are. Ideally in the... Yep, there you go. Okay, cool.
So wait, what am
Direction,
I
please. Yep, grab the turret that spawned next to you, tanks. These are DPS priorities, so DPS, please take down these turrets.
I'm dead. Main tank dead.
We need cover on soldier. Someone cover soldier, please.
I'm alive.
Oh, rise pop. Cool. Alright, please dump DPS down these gun turrets. That is a raid wide. I probably should have called that. Kill these turrets before they explode. And we can go back to DPSing the bosses. After this is going to be
Retaking soldier.
fire. Everyone, stop hitting buttons. Stop moving. Stop hitting buttons. This is fire. Pyretic. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we can attack again. Next relentless battery is going to be jumpy ninjas. Soldier needs a little more love. Alright, let's see where our safe clones are. Our safe clones are D and C. Pure D and C jump. Alright, we are going towards the 4 marker. Face your turret pole to the center, towards the center, and then to any turret on the wall. Good stuff. Alright, let's keep killing these. Please mark yourself. Oh yeah, raid wides. If you are a dead healer and both your healers are dead, please mark yourself so that we can get arised. So that we can get LB3s out. Alright, tank busters.
I'm buying this, I'm gonna die if I don't. Gunner needs more love.
Yep, Gunner needs a lot, decent bit more love. I honestly don't know what the next relentless battery is. I think it might be more turrets.
It's just basic tour with fire and ice.
Oh, okay. Oh, ping pong turrets, yeah, that's right. Yep, ping pong turrets, just like normal, dodge these. The bosses are... Please kill the soldier. And fire. This is going to be fire, don't click any buttons. 3... No? Okay, no pyretic came out, cool. Alright, slimes north, golem south, reflectors to your spots.
I marked the 2 healers on A, if we can get either one of them up.
Aura spheres are DPS priority. If you are a tank that has an invuln available, evoke the Aura sphere and turn your stance on. You will be taking the spite check. First reflex, respect the honeycombs,
That was a healer south that wasn't alive.
DPS don't use wards. Next set of honeycombs, respect these. Next set of Aura spheres are out. Archers to your spots. Aura spheres are DPS priority. Next set of coat of arms is coming out. If you can healer LB3, this is a good time to do it. It's them or us. Last set of coat of arms, and then it is enrage. So let's see how far we can get. Only 2 wards left. Again, if you have healer LB3s, please use them. Enrage in a couple seconds, so let's see how far we can get. It looks like we will get it. Last second healer LB3s? No. Alright, we have quite a bit dead, but good job, guys. Yeah, we definitely need to discuss the aggro on the Aura spheres, because it looks like our duelist took both spite checks. All heals, yeah, so let's... Yeah, we should make sure we get our healers up, so if you see people who are marked with numbers, I'm pretty sure those people are the healers. Let's get those arised first. If you are not a reser, please go out of the arena, but do not move out just yet. Just stay out of the arena. Again, if you are not a reser, if you don't have resurrection capabilities at this point, please get out of the arena.
If you have lost sacrifice, is that worth using as a tank?
It's a last resort, yeah, but I would stick around just to make sure.
Okay.
But hopefully we should have enough rises to get past this. But yeah, good job, guys, on getting past that on the first try. Usually it's like a wipe to like the first set of like, or a tether wipe, or like the wards, just like the damage downs that go out when the reflex are missed, but nice job. We will see Phantom, wow. Phantom's easy, no worries. It's a very easy trash boss.
Any other Perceptor looking to learn the traps?
No traps ahead until after Phantom.
Yep. It does look like we only have a few more people who need to be rezzed. So hopefully there's one, there's the other. Cool. Looks like one more person needs to be rezzed, and then we'll be good to go. Thankfully, we don't need to use sacks just yet. Don't like having to rely on that RNG. It's not fun. All right, that's everyone. Let's get going. There are no traps, so we can get moving. If you make sure you grab the 2 chests. Make sure you grab the 2 chests. Thanks to our duelist, we have unlocked the other chest. So everyone thanks Sembo for that.
Thank you, Sembo.
Thank you, Sembo.
Think it's
I should probably mention these plates. Once you get 10 of these plates, you can use these to upgrade the augmented Bozja gear into augmented Law Orders gear. There is a very small chance you can get the a full upgrade from these chests. So if you get that, it is called the Orderly Runner Secrets. Congrats. Other than that, once everyone is here, we can talk about Phantom. Phantom is quite easy, so I would not stress too much, because I did not tell everyone to study for this on day 1, but it's some serious gaming. Yeah, this is the point where we do have Banish. Hopefully our backup did bring it. I think our backup is listed as Mordred. Mordred, do you have Banish?
No, I do not. I'm sorry.
Alright, well that sets us back 25% damage, but thankfully this boss is not too difficult. But I also do not know any mechanics past the freaking, like, after the ad space, so let's just hope that we kill it fast enough. Thankfully, we are able to use our lost actions here, because this is the last boss before Avowed, and Avowed is the point where we reslot our actions. So if you have stuff left, please use it. Considering Avowed will probably be very scuff, I recommend using up any charges you have left so we can maximize our damage on Avowed. If you have lost a re-raise, that is the action. You can, if anyone needs a, that is right. This is a trash boss as well, so we will not have the ability to LB3. So if anyone has or needs a re-raise, you can go stand over on the right side. Like if you do not have any re-raises left and need one, if anyone is nice enough to bring lost re-raise, the action, they can cast a re-raise on you. Unfortunately, it does not look like anyone has lost re-raise, so we'll probably have to just hope for the best. It is not required, but if people would like to bring it, then it always helps out. But if you do have re-raisers in your holster, I would appreciate if everyone pop those on. This is not too difficult of a boss. I don't know if everyone's here yet, but I'm going to start explaining. This is Phantom. Phantom is quite easy. It is very similar to normal mode. Most of it is just following callouts and moving to the markers that I say and waiting patiently for me to count 3. Give me a second. I can think about things. Yes, so white mages. There is an ads phase in this encounter. The ads phase is quite simple. It basically culminates to just red ghosts, kill them as DPS. White ghosts need to be healed to max. Thankfully, healing to max is a feat that is quite easily accomplished by white mages. So if all white mages would like to move over to the left side of the arena where I am standing and spinning, we can get the benediction order sorted out. White mages. Okay. I don't know how many more white mages we have. I think that is 3, and hopefully, I don't know how many is needed, but these white mages, you will be the people who benediction these white ghosts. I don't really assign an order because it's effort. So if you see a white ghost, stand next to it. I will mark you guys though, just so we know. I guess that you can use this as an order, but if you see a ghost, just stand next to it and chat on it and be the person who benedictions it. Try not to overlap benedictions if you see another number marked person next to it. I don't know who has a 4 on them, but I do not think that they are not a white mage, so I'm going to remove that 4 marker from you, unfortunately.
Scholar.
Yeah. Other than that, pretty much just, I guess Keltherin, you are our main tank for this, so you will be the person pulling the boss around to the marker that I say. The shapes do not really matter because I will be pulling the boss will be pulled to where it needs to be. All you really need to know is ride the donut down, do not hit the death wall, and wait patiently for laser blasts. It'll be a giant big party standing in a big death ball, so nothing to worry about. I will say, since we do not have banish, if we do see anything past the ads phase significant, I am probably going to not be able to call it because I honestly have never seen those happen in a DRS run before, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are we gonna have a train call out?
Also, I should mention, after the ads phase, the boss will need to be interrupted. So if you have an interrupt, just interrupt it. It's a very long cast bar. Other than that, if everyone is ready, get in front of the purple line, get in front of the death wall. It's quite thin. Let's see some life from the non-dancers in the back. Looks like Zeal, Kinray, Drusus, Dutien, and Velia. Except Velia because you were a dancer. Yeah, it's still like a knockback into miasma shape, so let's see what happens. Again, please use your lost actions here. We want this thing to die. We can even skip ads phase. It's probably not going to happen because we were at a 25% disadvantage. Just not having banish. I honestly did not expect to see Phantom on the first pull, so I cannot blame you all for not bringing it. Shit happens, and sometimes we game really hard. It's okay. Other than that, if you all are ready, hit a countdown, we can get going.
22nd?
Yep. Alright, get going. Peer check, let's see who dies. No one, hopefully, because we all brought our peers like good boys. Alright, let's see where we're going. You're going to D. Pull the boss over to D, and we're gonna ride the donut down. With your arms, legs, feet, bunny ears, lizard tails, Makote tails inside the ride.
It's my first time seeing D.
Alright, let's go down the donut. Stay in the donut, don't get clipped. Do not hit the death wall at the end. If you do, I won't laugh at you, but I'll be laughing in my head, and that's kind of embarrassing. Don't hit the death wall, don't hit that death wall. And let's move over to 3. Move over to 3. We are going to wait patiently.
We do have banish, apparently.
Wow. Well, alright. We're going to be moving over to...
Oh. Simbo.
We're going to stay where we are. Stay where we
Crazy.
are. We're staying where we are. Please stay on 3. We're going to wait for 3 laser blasts and then move over to 4. That is 1 laser blast. 2 laser blast. 3 laser blast and we're moving over to 4. Move over to 4. Or 2 if you're a rebel. And now we are going to wait for 3 laser blasts. 1, 2, and 3. Move over. And if we game really hard right now, we can skip the ads phase entirely. Wouldn't that be nice?
What ads phase?
Yep, Lamau. What's an ads phase, Lamau?
So, who had banish and didn't speak up?
Do not run ahead, there are traps.
Yeah, do not run ahead. Please do not run ahead. This is perception time, so... Ignore the vets who know what they're doing. This is where we will be percepting, so if you are a perceptor, come to the 1 marker and hit your percept button. I don't have the marker. Okay, looks like someone has the markers for percepting. If you go to these markers and hit percept, it will grab all the traps that we need. Move past this. There are no more traps for the rest of this room. Once you hit the loading zone, stay still. If you are on a slow machine, traps do load last, so they may not appear instantly.
Also,
There is another trap in this. Oh, go ahead.
That from Phantom on is now twice come ruin instead of thrice come ruin. If you get 2 stacks, you will die.
Yep. Next percept grabs all the traps. If you take note, there are pink traps at this point. These pink traps are very important. They will help us later. These traps are mini traps. We do not want to pop these because they are required to continue in the instance.
Cam,
Sorry?
can we do a dry run? since we're already low on time.
Yeah. I assume none of you probably looked over this. That is not a big deal. I assume a dry run is probably just going to pull it and just see what we get, and then so we can do the earlier.
Dry run is when you have. Have you really never been in a group that's done a dry run?
What, like a demo pull?
Yeah, you have like 3 or 4 people, 1 healer, an aether shielder, and a couple extra tanks to soak the buster, and they just do the fight while everyone else watches, and the caller explains what's happening. It's drastically increased the chance of clearing for new groups.
All right, that's fine with me. Would you prefer me as the caller to be in the arena and doing it, or would you rather me outside and?
Whatever's easier for you. I need an to the left. Come with me. We don't want too many people. We need a healer who's confident and an aether shield tank, because we will all need to die at the wall near at enrage and raised up. So we don't want a bunch of people wasting arises unless we have to.
All right. Well, then we can have Zella tank, I assume, if they want. Oh, Aether Shield can be the Zella. Zella can be the Aether Shield tank.
I'll be another tank to soak busters.
Yeah, and then I guess me, Argy, Zella, and Himbo is probably good enough.
Cam, no.
Oh shit.
All right, we can grab Argy and we good.
They haven't dropped yet. There we go.
Oh,
cool. Everyone else, go behind the purple wall, please.
Is Shy supposed to be in our?
Shy is still in your party. Okay. Vanessa, Mahia, go behind the line. Vanessa, we know you don't follow directions. It's okay. We understand.
She's also
yeah, so Argy has Poverty Shell. Zella has no shell. Zella now has Shell. Someone can give Shell 2 to Argy because she was given Poverty Shell. Shell 1. It is bad.
So still go over the mechanics first so they know what to look for. And then we'll do the dry run, and then we'll do the real run.
Yep. Alright, so this fight is probably the first one to have the most personal responsibility. The other fights were very call-outable, but this one is pretty much all up to you in terms of how you resolve the mechanics. I am pretty much only good for telling you the order in which they happen and where you need to stand for before the stuff that you're responsible for happens. Yeah, if you have actions, I would not recommend swapping to them because chances are, because not many people studied, we're not going to see very far. But if there is responsible, basically just wait for action stuff until after we do this dry run. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, so this is, in fact, as Himbo said, twice come ruin territory. This means that if you take a doom stack and you take another one, you will die. You only have one mistake before you die. Additionally, tanks are Aether Shields. At this Aether Shield tanks will be slotting Aether Shield. This means that before the raid wides, you'll be hitting this 30% party-wide mit. These raid wides are very high damage and do a bleed, so we want to make sure that we have this on every raid wide. Other than that, this fight is split up into 6 major mechanics, 2 of each of which are similar to the previous time they occur. This means that there is a staff mechanic, a bow mechanic, and a sword mechanic. The boss, whenever they switch from weapon to weapon, will do a AoE. So for bow, they will do a 270 cleave from the front, so we will get behind. Sword will be a 270 from behind, so we will stand in front. And staff will be a point blank AoE, so we will get out. And the boss will show all 3 of these weapon switching AoEs at the start, and then it will go into its major mechanics. For sake of simplicity, I will start with the bow mechanic because I feel like the diagram should be sent ASAP because... Oh, avowed, that's the command. What's a demo run party? That means that me, Argy, Zella, and Himbo are going to be pulling the boss and just running through the fight. As this is a very heavy on personal responsibility fight, it is probably good if you can watch people who know what they're doing, resolve their things.
Plus we're so far on time that we won't get here again today.
Yeah. We'd rather get more practice on the earlier bosses just for sake of cleanliness. I sent some diagrams into DR1, so I would recommend you to look at them, and please wiggle. If you would prefer a POV of someone actually doing the fight from a player perspective, I will stream this as well, if you do not want to watch it from the sidelines. Just for the sake of resolving the mechanics, my debuffs are above my hotbar on the right, if you need to look at those, because debuffs are quite important for this. Other than that, the diagram that it looks like a ladder game for the bow mechanic. This is a cheat sheet that I sent. This cheat sheet in DR1 is useful if you are not good at tracing the arrows. As in the Savage mode, there are no lines from the arrows to know where you need to go. So you will need to trace it all the way down. If it can turn, it will turn. So basically, while the arrows go down, if it can turn, it will go to the right or the left. I am going to change my stream quality because someone mentioned. Other than that, this cheat sheet can help you if you keep this in your other monitor, keep it on your phone, whatever screen you prefer, to help remind yourself where you need to go if you are not good at tracing the arrow. There is 2 patterns, depending on the formation of the ladder, that will tell you which corresponds to which. So you can use this. I will tell you which pattern it is, if it's the simple pattern or the mirrored pattern on the right, but I will not be able to tell you where you need to go, so that is up to you. The bow mechanic will be starting with a quick march. That quick march will need to take you away from the fire pillar before the giant fire takes over the arena. Once we are on the wall, the boss will give out temperatures. These temperatures will tell you what you will need to use to resolve yourself. The temperatures above your head. So for example, 1 fire, you will need 1 ice to resolve it, etc. If you've done normal mode, simple patterns are very similar to what you're used to. For the sword mechanic, I guess I'll probably expand meteors next for the sake of simplicity. If staff mechanic, this will be quick marches mixed with the meteors. The boss will give you a quick march. Quick march, by the way, is a arrow, that forced march arrow. It will point you in one of 4 directions. You will need to force march yourself into a meteor. These meteors have a temperature assigned to them. You will march yourself into the meteors to resolve your temperature. So from the center, you'll point yourself to the meteor you'll need to go to. Last but not least is the swords mechanic. Swords mechanic is where the boss will go untargetable and create 3 clones of itself, and each one will have a temperature, and you will need to stand in some formation to resolve your temperature. This is quite difficult for new people to grasp, so there is a simulator for After Aid that you can study if you would like. Other than that, there will be one. If you look at the 1, 2, 3, and the 4 next to Avowed, they're to the top left of her. These 4 tiles are where we will stand to resolve the swords mechanic while the boss is untargetable. I will call out the safe spot of which tile you need to stand in, and you will need to stand either. So, for example, for the 4 marker, if the 4 is a safe spot, 4 is not getting cleaved by either of the 4 clones. However, you will need to take a cleave to resolve your temperature. So you'll either need to move from 1 to any of the markers directly cardinal of this tile. For example, you could, if you're starting on 4, you will need to go up, to the right, down, or to the left. If you are inner card of this safe spot, you will die, no questions asked. You'll be taking 2 temperature cleaves, and that will kill you, which is not good because you will get a magic vulnerability that will instantly kill you. It's probably actually, I actually don't know what kind of vulnerability is, but if you take 2 cleaves, you will die instantly. There are 2 sets of sword cleaves, so if you're not able to get your temperature that you need, stay in the safe for the first time, stay in the safe spot, and take it on the second set. This only works for the first time this mechanic appears, though. Wiggle check, make sure you're moving around so you don't get kicked. There are 2 diagrams that are in the DR1 channel that you can use to help yourself figure out where you'll need to go for the temperatures. However, you will need to look at this boss has been pulled. Everyone get out of the arena. Everyone get out of the arena. Tanks take aggro, please. We are going to be taking a buster. Point this towards here. Everyone get away from it, please. I am dead now. Hopefully my re-raise procs and the boss is reset. I have re-raise, thankfully, and I also have a spare. I do not have a spare re-raiser, so hopefully I get a rise later on. No worries. Now we have some cool music to listen to for the rest of the explanation. Other than that, that is the 3 simple versions of the mechanics. After the first 3 simple versions of them happen, there will be the complicated versions of them because the boss will do all the weapons again, but with elemental brands. Elemental brands are a debuff that get applied to you after the temperatures go out, and you will need to do simple, basic addition and subtraction to figure out which temperature you'll need to take. There is a diagram in the chat that is labeled Trinity, Avowed, Elemental Brands that will tell you what kind of thing you will need to take based on these. However, if you want to solve it yourself, fire and ice will be, you can use these 2 debuffs to figure out which you'll need to take. For example, if you have 2 fire and 1 ice, you need to have it even out afterwards, so you want to take 1 ice, for example. Hopefully that makes sense. It is basically a tradition. It is kind of complicated at first, so don't worry too much about it now. That cheat sheet helps though for figuring out why you need to do everything. I think there is a higher resolution version of that cheat sheet, so I will send it because that one is very grainy, very JPEG-y. Here it is. This is a very high resolution version of it. Hopefully that helps you guys. Other than that, the mechanics will change a little for each elemental brand version. For the bow, there you will have to mark. There will be some ground AoEs from the clone. So let me restart. So the bow mechanic, instead of being quick march to the wall, you will have to bulk yourself away from the fire pillar. There are going to be some crisscross AoEs that you'll need to avoid. So prioritize standing in these and then move to the away from the fire pillar. And now the quick march is going to be happening while you're on the wall. So you will need to look at your elemental brands to figure out which temperature you'll need, which arrow you'll need. You'll need to trace the arrow down, and you'll need to look at your quick march to see how many tiles you'll need to move to get to your to the arrow you need to take. Quick marchers take you 2 tiles. I have heard that if you are a ninja, it takes you 2.25 tiles. I do not know if this is true or not. I would assume it is, but basically just don't be too close to the edge of the tile when you are walking. Meteors, this time the quick march will not be happening, so you'll need to march yourself towards the meteor that you will need to take to resolve your temperature. This is also with an elemental brand, so you'll need to make sure you're going to the correct temperature to resolve both your temperature above your head and your brand. There are also going to be crisscross AoEs during this, so basically you'll need to be on some certain tile that I will call, for example, far corners, far east and west wall, and so forth. And last but not least, there are going to be temperature, or the swords will happen. These swords are pretty much 1-to-1 to the swords before. The only caveat is now you will have an elemental brand, which means that you will likely need to take 2 cleaves to resolve it. Or there is a chance you will need to take 2 cleaves to resolve your temperature. For example, if you have double fire, or you have 2 fire and 1, or a 2-point fire and a 1-point fire, you will need to take a 2-point ice and a 2-point or 1-point ice. So that means you will need to take 2 cleaves. Do not take 2 cleaves at the same time. You will need to take it on 2 sets. That is the very cursory description of all these mechanics. Ideally, you guys will be able to study between this week and next week because I did not expect us to get this far. Other than that, me and my 3 others will do a demo poll. Keep an eye on our debuffs. Keep an eye on how we resolve stuff, and we can get going.
Kel, get out of the
Who's the
arena.
tank so I can focus the tank real quick?
Zella.
Yeah, Zella will be the one main tanking. Again, there are 4 streams up. If you would like to watch either a DPS, a healer, or Aether Shield tank perspectives, go wild. Other than
I'm
that,
doing a BR demonstration.
Yeah, so Himbo's is more of an off-tank demonstration. Zella's will be a main tank demonstration with Aether Shield. Other than that, once we are ready, we can start a countdown. Everyone else stay out of the arena and just watch. Streams if you want to in-game POV. I think you do Zella, but I think we can also stand in it. But that's the tanks. Yeah, the 2 tanks should be fine if you pop mid. Wiggle check, make sure while you're watching you're wiggling. This is not a 10-minute fight, so just make sure you wiggle once support starts, sometime during the middle and near the end.
Alright, start our countdown, Zella.
Everyone else stay behind the purple line and we will demo pull this. Yeah, make sure to move around in the fight so you don't get kicked. Alright, Tank Buster. This is a 3-person Tank Buster, so we'll have all the tanks move forward and pop a mid. After that is the first raid wides. This is where I will call for Aether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals. As you can see, there is quite a potent bleed that gets applied. Zevin's voice, this means that it is a mage, so that means we will be getting out. After that, it's going to be Mercy. This means that is a sword, or this is a bow, so we're going to be getting behind the boss for this 270 cleave. And because it is always one in the other, or it is always one of each weapon, that means that the next one, by process of elimination, will be standing in front of the boss. This says, we shall cut you down, which is sword, so we're in front of the boss.
First.
Yes, because this instance hates us. Cursed instance. And because it is swords first, that means the boss will be going untargetable very soon. Once it moves over here, that means it is going untargetable soon. We are going to get temperatures over our head. I have -2 in cold. You can look at my debuff bar, you can look over my head. And on this cast bar, the boss will go invisible, or untargetable. So all the clones will spawn. I will now look for where the 2 swords cross. As you can see, those are crossing, so the safe spot is 1. I need 2 fire, so I will move over here to take this fire cleave, which will resolve my temperature. Because I am now neutral, I can now stand in the safe spot for the next set. So I will look where 2 swords cross, which looks like it is right here. So 2 is the safe spot. I call 2 as the safe spot so you know where to go. And if you still need to resolve your temperature, you can do it on the second set. We do not, so we will stand here. And all of our temperatures are resolved. The boss becomes targetable again. An Aether Shield, Addle's Reprisal will be called forward now because there is a raid wide. And we bring the boss center because it is going to be transforming to the next phase, which is going to be a staff. So we will need to get out. Everyone move out. Once it stops spinning, it'll do the AoE. And temperatures are going to be assigned. As this is the meteors, this is the staff mechanic. We are going to be assigned temperatures, which I have got -1 point of blue. And we are going to get a quick march. I have got a forward quick march, so I'm going to be orienting myself so that this forward quick march can take me to the meteor I need, which is a 1 point of fire meteor. These proximities are quite weak, but we will stay in the center. And I'm going to look for the 1 fire meteor and orient my quick march so that it will take me right there. And now the quick marches go out. I'm going to move to the meteor I need. And all of our temperatures are resolved correctly. Next is going to be Aether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals for this raid wide that it does. And because this is now the 3rd weapon it is going to do, it is going to be a bow attack. So we are going to stand behind the boss through process of elimination. Alright, we are going to be given a quick march. This quick march will help us orient ourselves to where the fire pillar is not. I have left. There is a tank buster, so they are going to take this tank buster. And I am going to look at my quick march. I see left. We are going to look for the Flames of Basra. This is the fire pillar. Fire pillar is right there. My quick march will take me left away from this fire. So now the quick march will move me towards the safe spot. This wall is going to be our safe spot for this mechanic. Hot and cold will give us our temperatures. And we are going to look at the arrows. The arrows are how we will resolve our temperatures. This is the mirror pattern if you're using the cheat sheet. I have -2, so I'm going to trace this arrow with my mouse cursor. And I see now that it is over here is where I need to go to get this 2 arrows. There are no lines, so we will have to look based on where the ladder game does the ladder game thing. Yeah. Looks like we all resolved our temperatures correctly, so the boss is going to be doing another raid wide, so Addles, Aether Shields, and Reprisals. Next is going to be the start of the elemental brand weapons. Because we had swords first, it is going to do a sword cut, so that it means the entire party will get in front of the boss. After that, the boss is going to move to the top right and is going to do hot and cold, which will give us our temperatures. If you look at my debuffs, I have been given -1, which is 1 point of ice. Next, the boss will give out elemental brands, which you look at my debuff bar, has given me a -2 brand. That means that overall I have -3, so I will need +3, which is fire, to resolve this, so I will need to take 1 point of fire and 2 points of fire, which will need 2 separate cleaves to take them. So boss is untargetable. Let's look for that safe spot. There is the crossing swords, so I'm going to stand here and take my 1 point of fire over here. Safe spot is 3, as I said. I'm taking my 1 point of fire, and now I need 2 points of fire. So we're going to look where the swords are crossing. Looks like it is right there. Safe spot is 1, and I'm going to take my 2 points of fire to resolve this. I am ending with 2 points of fire on my temperature, which looks like I will be dying. But because I have this elemental brand, it will resolve it, and I have 0 now. It is another Aether Shield as a reprisal call. And next is going to be the staff mechanic. So we are going to move out of the boss's hitbox. If you are outside of the arena, I would appreciate if you wiggle so you do not get kicked. And we're going to move back in. Unfortunately, there is no quick march for this pattern because this is the elemental brand version of the meteor's mechanic, which means that we will need to march ourselves to the meteor we need to go to. I have been given 1 point of fire. The elemental brands are coming out. I have been given 1 point of fire. That means I have +2, which means I need -2 to resolve my mechanic. That means I will need to take a -2, which is a 2-point ice. I will need to march myself to this 2 point of ice. I look for the meteor. I see 2 points of ice. I move out, march myself towards it. There are cleaves, so we're going to be on the east and west walls. These bows are crisscross AoEs that we need to avoid. I have got my 2 point of ice, so now my temperature will resolve. Looks like all of us have resolved it correctly. Last but not least, we have a Aether Shield, Adults Reprisals, and we're going to be moving into the bow mechanic, which will be our final mechanic before Enrage. Mercy, that is bow, that means we will be going behind. I'm just saying the words and the quotes that stick out to me the most, but I will call for which weapon it is. And Unseen Eye, the boss will be doing crisscross cleaves, because we will need to dodge these and then march ourselves away from the fire. There is no quick march. It looks like we are on we are on cardinals of the boss, and then we will sprint, pop sprint, and move away from this fire. If you are on the other side, you do not need pop sprint. It is a short walk. But unfortunately, all 4 of us managed to get close to the fire. Now hot and cold will go out. This will give us our temperature. I have been given 1 point of ice, or -1. Elemental brand, I have been given 1 point of ice. That means that I have -2, which means I will need +2, which is a 2-point bow arrow of fire. I will look for the 2-point bow arrow of fire after I look at my quick march, which is a backwards, so I will need to march 2 tiles backwards to the spot I need to go to. If we look over there, we can see that I need a 2 point of fire, which is right there, so I will trace the mouse cursor to see that it is over there, and I will need to point myself backwards. That takes me over to the 2 point of fire. I get marched back 2 tiles backwards to where this fire arrow is going. I've got 2 points of fire, and I will be neutral now. It looks like all of us did it correctly. Good job. I think there is a tank buster, and then it is going to be Enrage. Nope, this is a Adults, Aether Shields, Reprisals. Tanks will go on the wall at this point. The tanks will then take a tank buster. And after that is going to be a long cast of Gloria Bozja. This is the Enrage, so it is them or us. Unfortunately, because we are only 4 people, this boss is quite high, so we are going to walk over to the entrance so you guys can arise us, because we don't want to sit this entire Enrage. So Zella, you can come over here, and we can walk into the wall so that you can arise us. Or are we just going to wait for the cast bar so that it can...
she won't take me!
And now the boss is going to reset. It does look like we have 45 minutes and 20 minutes left in the instance, so I guess we can do a practice pull now. Hopefully that explanation helped you all. Hopefully you got an idea of what the mechanics are like. I know you weren't able to study, but it is worth a shot to get some experience in this fight for next week. Like I said, we have 19 minutes, and we have 45 minutes left in the instance, so... These people who are getting a rise will need shell too, because we died.
I think at this point everyone needs a shell refresh.
Yeah, that's a good point. I will stop my stream because everyone is alive. You guys can stop yours too. Shells can go back on. Tanks, if you are assigned Aether Shield, which looks like Nova, Drusus, Keltherin, Bjorn, Zella, and Mahia. All 6 of you will need to apply your Aether Shields. Ideally, you want to keep your Lost Fund of Power slotted and slot this over your banner because Lost Fund of Power is stronger. If you can invite us back to our parties, randomly assign leaders in each of these parties, so check who has the who is assigned leader in your party and invite the people who were there before. If you look at the okay, looks like we are good. We know who are leaders.
Where are
Looks
you?
like
Argy?
Himbo needs to be invited back to D. He is in the top left. So if you are a leader in your party, or you can tell us who the leader in your party is, please shout them out so they can invite the person that needs to be in the party. If you have lost Shell 1, please do not apply it. Shell 1 is bad. It is 5% weaker. It does not stack with Shell 2. Additionally, if you do not have Shell, stand behind the purple line on the walls so that the Shellers can apply it to you. If you have Shell, 30 minutes of it, stand in front of the purple line. I'm going to assume everyone has been added back to their correct parties. Shellers, looks like a few people still need Shell. Looks like Velia needs a refresh. Smug, bunch of people. Let's pop those on them. If you still have Steel Sting, Spellforge, Reflect, Dispel, any of those actions at this point, you can slot anything left in your holster to make sure you have some more damage. If you have Arises with some charges left, it might be smart to keep those on. Shell can be replaced after everyone gets Shell and everyone's in front of the purple line. It looks like Cat, Sky, Bjorn, Rafa, and King all have Shell, so we are all ready to go. If you are ready, we can stand in front or behind the C marker in front of the outer wall. This outer wall will become a death wall. Other than that, if everyone is ready, you can stand behind the C marker. Let's see some life from our folks who are not. Looks like Suzume is the only person left who needs to be behind the C marker. And yeah, I think Velia might still need Shell. I don't know how long ago that was said. If you do, go behind the purple line so that you can get it. Cool. Not cool actually, because Velia has not been giving Shell. If you could give Velia a Shell, they are very far back here. They are hiding. They do not want you. They want Shell, but they are hiding from you. All right, everyone get behind. Looks like we have one DC, so we're going to wait a second. I will call for Aether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals. In Endwalker, Feint is also applied. I am just used to saying Aether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals, but if you have Feint, use it. It's a 5% minute. We are going to wait for Cat to reconnect.
They're out.
Yep. We're going to wait for reconnection. Can one take catch every rep? Can one tank catch every rep? Yes, because they are between every sword mechanic, so there is like 60 seconds between them each, probably.
Also, if you are the off tank for your party and your main tank goes down, you need to slot an Aether Shield, and now it's your responsibility until that tank gets back up.
Yep. So basically, if your Aether Shield tank, if your other tank dies and you're not the Aether Shielder, slot that. We need to have it. If you do not, death.
You ready then?
Yep, looks like Cat is back. If everyone is ready, we can get behind the C marker and main tank, which I assume will be Keltherin, question mark? Still, if you're comfortable with that, you can main tank. And yeah, also C4, very helpful for healing. If you do happen to have your healers go down, or if you just see that our health is low, you can hit that early just to get some extra healing. Other than that, if the main tank is ready, you can hit the countdown.
There's still one person behind the marker.
Oh.
They're dancing. It's fine.
Okay.
By the way, Kelthrin, try to make sure that you bring her back to center after each mechanic except for second bow.
Second bow, gotcha.
Alright, good luck everyone.
For uptime.
Try your best. It is not a big deal if we don't clear this in the first try, as it is probably the most difficult encounter for new people to learn. So focus on don't actually, no, focus on your own stuff. And let's go. Alright, looks like this Wrath of Boz show. We will have all the tanks go forward and pop a mitt. And followed up by Aether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals.
Behind bow.
Yep, behind bow. And because that was bow first, we can have Fizz ranged or other ranged classes go towards the A marker and position out of her hitbox. It is sword first though, so we just need to be in front of the boss. After that, we will have everyone get outside of the boss. Vanessa, what are you doing? That was very funny to watch. Everyone out of the boss's hitbox. Alright, and that because the staff was the last mechanic, it will be a staff mechanic in meteors. That means that you will need to look at your temperature right now. Now the boss will be giving out quick marches. Keep an eye on your quick march. You will be orienting yourself to the meteor you will need to take. Take a look at your temperature, figure out which meteor you'll need to go to, and orient yourself to that meteor to be walked out from the center. Point yourself towards the meteor you'll need, and good luck.
Tank dead.
Yep.
Cover the tank if you can.
Oh,
Kimbo has it. Next is either shields, addles, reprisals, and feints.
Went back to center.
Yep. Now we're going to be moving on to bow, so everyone get behind the boss. Now we're going to be getting our quick march. This quick march will take us away from the fire pillar, so keep an eye on your quick march. Now we're going to be looking out for where... Oh, tanks move forward and pop a mid. Alright, we're going to be marching away from the fire pillar. The fire pillar is on the east side, so let's march ourselves towards the blue marker. The B marker. I don't know why I said blue.
D.
Looks like no one went there. Oh my gosh, yeah, sorry. That's my bad. I need to look at the one marker that matters. Alright, this is bow. Look at the temperature that you have. This is simple. There's going to be no quick march, just simply walking to the area you need. If you're using the cheat sheet, this is the simple pattern. This is not the mirror pattern. Trace your arrow down. If you can turn, it will turn, and good luck. Alright, ether shields, addles, and reprisals are going on. Now, if your main tank has died, who is ether shielding, please slot it and use it. We need to make sure we have it in every party or people keel over just to damage.
Also, if you know you messed up, you can pop it before you die.
Yes, this too. Alright, this is sword. Get in front of the boss. Sorry, I got distracted. In my own thoughts. Alright, because this is sword, the boss is going to go to the top right and give out temperatures with this hot and cold cast bar. Your temperature is now on you. Look at what you need. Think about what you'll need to grab. And now will be her going invisible, or untargetable. Clones are out. Let's see which is the safe spot. The safe spot is 4. Go to 4, grab the cleave you need. Do not be inner card of 4. If you're inner card of 4, you will die. Inner card of 4 will die. 2 is death. Alright, second set of cleaves. The safe spot is 1. If you do not need anything, go to 1. If you're inner card of 1, you will die. Alright, boss is targetable again. And this is going to be a Aether Shields, Addles, Reprisals in a second. Aether Shields, Addles, Reprisals. Mark your healers if they are down. If both are down, we're going to be moving into the harder mechanic. So now we're going to out of the boss's hitbox. Out of the boss's hitbox. Alright, temperatures are going out. Get your temperature. Next is going to be the elemental brands. So look at your brand. Do your simple addition, use the cheat sheet if you need to, see what you need to get. And now the boss is going to place the fire pillar. We will need to dodge these, this is the meteors. This will be marching yourself to the meteor you need. March yourself to the meteor you need. Looks like our safe spot is the south and north walls. South and north walls. Alright, hopefully you resolve your temperatures. Alright, Ether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals.
If both healers in your party are dead, mark them.
Yep. Gonna rise them.
Should I clemency people in my party?
Behind.
Yes, behind. Sorry, I missed that call. And now we're going to be moving into hard bow pattern. Let's look at where we need to stand. We are going to be inner cards of the boss. Everyone get inner cards on the white tiles. If you are close to the fire pillar, pop sprint, don't move yet, wait for them to go out, and move away towards the D marker. West, towards the D marker. The boss is going to give out temperatures now, so we're looking at your temperatures. After that, the boss will give out the elemental brand. Look at the elemental brand. Do your simple addition. If you have opposites and you need nothing, you will need to get no arrow where the arrow is not going. And now the quick marches are out. You will align yourself 2 tiles away from the one you will need to go to based on your quick march. Arrows are out. This is the mirrored pattern if you're using the cheat sheet. Just position yourself 2 tiles away from where you need to go. Stop hitting GCDs if you need to focus. And good luck. I am marching the wrong direction because I'm stupid. Go to the center and LB3 healers. Healers LB3 in the center.
Tank to the wall.
Tanks to the wall, tanks to the wall.
Now bring her back mid.
Yep, bring her back mid. This is going to be sword as our last elemental brand mechanic, and then enrage. So let's see how far we can get. Cut. So get in front of her. Get in front of her. Get in front of her. She's facing weirdly, so keep an eye out.
We're gonna.
And now,
Yeah.
No.
she's going to go invisible after she gives out our temperatures. There's our temperatures.
Still do it. Switch to the brand.
And she's going to go untargetable. If we skip second cleaves, I will laugh very hard.
Too.
I am laughing very hard. Holy shit.
What the fuck, guys?
Day 1 TA clear? Ooh.
I told you the.
Alright, please do not take the pad. Please do not go ahead. Please do not go ahead. We will need to arise everyone, and after some people get arised, we can show ourselves what that special tool we needed is. If you are alive, you can come back into the hallway where we started.
Vanessa.
What did Vanessa do?
Took one of them.
There's still another
Vanessa,
one.
you really shouldn't, because there are so many new people. They might not all get hit by the one that's left.
Yeah.
Vanessa moved to Alliance B. Chat. And they're the only person in there.
Oh.
So they've been there the whole time.
Fucking asshole.
Yep, so everyone gather around the mini trap. Do not pop it yet. As people come up, we'll see if more people want to come here and become small, very small. Like a Lalafell, except smaller, except Lalafell's actually...
Everyone who's in the arena, go towards the C marker, go into the hallway. This is your first TA clear. We want you to see how small you got with the mini trap. It's really funny when you look at it.
Yes. Is everyone up, by the way?
Looks like that.
Alright. It's not this. Alright, looks like we have a couple more people running over here. It does not seem like other people are running, so we will go in 3, 2, 1, move into the trap. And now you are very small.
Pop your actions. Your cooldowns, I mean.
What cooldowns?
Sprint, maybe?
Alright, now we can be very small and move our way over to the...
Just see a little horde of tiny people running down the stairs.
Fun fact, if you are a Lalafell, you are larger than everyone else. If you have a hard stop at 1 p.m. and you need to leave, you can leave. If you can stay, feel free to stay. Please move forward into the gate. Do not move around and go to Queen yet. Do not, once you hit the loading zone, do not keep moving. There are traps.
I've become the
What's the point of being small?
You need to use it to get through the gate where that statue is. It opens up a secret path so that we can go to fight the Stygian Lord boss. You need to fight this boss. Yep, you need to fight this boss before you can beat Queen, because Queen has a debuff or a buff that makes her basically invincible. So
Poison on
by
the
beating,
bridge.
yeah, there
watch
is
out.
a
There's
trap.
one on the bridge. There's
There
one
is
on the bridge.
trap on
Watch
the
out.
bridge.
It's Vanessa.
Vanessa's
Okay.
the trap. Oh, no.
But yeah, Vanessa popped it.
All right. We are going any second now. We are going to stop being small.
For reference to anyone who may be also percepting, the bridge trap is right about where my dumbass is running back and forth.
What's up, Velia? 30 minutes on instance left? Yeah, so we'll probably need to move pretty quickly now. I do not think I have a lot of time to explain Minotaur. It is pretty tricky, boss. Again, if you have a hard stop at 1 p.m. and you need to leave, leave. I do not want to hold you up. If you have something to do, it's fine. Bosses do scale, so we will be able to get to Queen and fight that if we beat this boss. Again, if you need to leave, feel free. I do want to have, since we do have this Minotaur that we can fight, I would like to see how far we can get and get some practice on this boss. Yes, our scheduled time again is over. If you need to leave, you can leave. If you can stay, we will keep going. Other than that, I will try to explain Minotaur as fast as I can. Minotaur, the main part of Minotaur is is this, here, let me find the image. Minotaur. Does anyone know what the command is?
I have no idea. Lord.
Lord, okay. So, Lord is, in fact, a trash boss, even though it is quite tricky. No LB3s in this fight, and twice come ruin. The boss will be hittable or you can hit the boss for a little, and after it hits about 70% HP, it will go into its ads phase, and in the ads phase, we will have 4 Minotaurs walk out from the center, and these will need to be kited around the outer ring. The outer ring has if you look at the floor, there are these limestone yellow tiles. These are where the safe area is going to be. If you can see, there is these notches, and this is where we'll be walking around. Everywhere that is dark brownish blue floor, that will become death floor. The tanks will grab the ad that they are assigned to and take it and kite it around clockwise, keeping it in the purple because it gives it a slow debuff. If they're not in the purple, they'll move very fast. If you get autoed by these Minotaurs, you will get a doom stack, so you'll need to be kiting them around, hitting your ranged attacks. You do not want to be attacking these with melee attacks because it is dangerous. As it seems in the sheet, we have Keltherin assigned to the west. We have Drusus, or I will actually list all the tanks who I have these. So Zella and Shokana, you will be on the south. Bjorn and Mahia, you will be on the east. Drusus and Setsuna, you will be on the north. And Nova and Keltherin, you will be on the west. If you want to tank and kite the ad, you will want to stand in the center of the marker. If you are a off tank and you want to pop the traps, ideally people who have... Yeah, Nova is still here, yes. If you want to pop the traps and you ideally have a true invuln that you are not a Dark Knight or a warrior, you can stand on the outside of the marker. I don't know which of these tanks have left, so if you see an open spot with only one tank, you can fill it in if you're a tank. So it looks like we have Nova and Keltherin, Zella and Shokana, Bjorn and Mahia. So Drusus is there, and Setsuna. I do not know if Setsuna is still here. Setsuna is indeed still here, if you can move to the 1 marker. So if you would like to be the tank that is kiting the Minotaur around the arena, stand inside of the marker. If you would like to be the tank who is off-tanking, stand on the outside of the marker, on the edge of it. Ideally, I would rather not have Dark Knights on the edge, but it is okay. You just need to make sure that your healers are familiar with, the healers that you have are ready to heal you when you do pop the traps.
I brought resistance elixir for it.
Yeah, that's the best bet if you are a Dark Knight. Other than that, it looks like people are familiar with what they're going to be doing. So once this ads phase starts, the tanks with their stances on and they're going to be kiting these will take the one that they are assigned to on your cardinal and start taking it clockwise. Once the outer ring starts glowing yellow, traps will be placed. So the off tanks, you'll be following around your off tank, or you'll be following around your main tank. And once you see the trap floor get yellow, you will run through the quadrant that you are that is in front of you and pop all the traps with your invuln. You will just sprint, make a mad dash right through it, and pop all the traps.
Quick
Other than
question.
that, yeah, what's up?
Does the Minotaur need to be DPS'd down at all?
Yes, these Minotaurs need to be DPS down as we circle around the arena. The south one will usually burst it down first because all of the party, except for the responsible healers, will be moving south, direct south.
So then I can just use Rec on it, yeah?
Yeah, Rec is fine. But yeah, all of the party will be moving south once the ad space starts on this outer ring around where I'm standing. And all of the healers who are assigned Reflect and Dispel, this is what the A and D marker are for. If you have, I don't actually remember which one goes to which. If you have Dispel, you go to D in your bag or anything. If you have Reflect, you will go to A. If you have Light Curtain, an excess of Light Curtains, this also counts. Ideally as a healer. Looks good. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so actually, so as the kiting tank, you're basically dipping yourself into the bigger notches on the outer ring to make sure that the ad stays within the purple.
As long as you are on the inner edge of your ring, you just need to make sure you're moving around and keeping that Minotaur in the purple by keeping a good distance, because it'll try to go straight towards you, so it'll be going into the purple. The notches do help, and they are where we will be resolving some of the later mechanics, but, you know.
Okay. Do you need sprint or no?
Sprint helps, but the golems move very slow. Just keep distance from it. As for reflecting and dispelling, all of the people who are on the A and D markers, you will be on the inner ring. If you see that yellowish, bluish ring that surrounds the inner golem or inner lord, this is the inner ring. When the ad space starts, you will be chilling on this inner ring. This is where fire orbs and earth balls will spawn. If you look at the image I sent in DR1, they are pictures of them on the bottom. Fire orbs will need to be reflected, so we basically will be yellowing these. So you want to all of you will want to be spread out. If you see a fireball, go to the fireball, pop reflect, and you will reflect it, and it will kill it. If you see someone already reflecting it, go to another one. As for the earth balls, these will be dispelled. After you dispel the stone skin on them, it will have 1 HP, so you'll just need to tap it with like a Dia or like any ability. If these do not get reflected or dispelled, they will explode and give everyone a doom stack, which we want to avoid. So remember, fireballs need to be reflected, and earth balls need to be stone skin dispelled and killed. Other than that, they spawn in waves and are random, so just make sure you keep an eye out for them on the inner ring. What can be stunned? The Minotaurs? I don't think the Minotaurs can be stunned, though. Just as long as they're being kited around, it should be fine. We need to keep them split up as well, because if they tether, they will get an insane speed buff and just start going crazy. We do not want that to happen. If you are the off tank with the main tank for the Minotaurs, grab the tank and invoke it so it can come back towards you. We want to keep them split. Healers want to be on the inner ring because that is where the reflecting needs to happen. If you are not reflecting or dispelling, be on the outer ring. Other than that, there are a few mechanics that we need to do during this maze dance. The first one is debuffs. Griffin sent a very nice image in the chat, which is a picture of these debuff icons. There's one that looks like someone who is sucking up noodles. This is the suck. To resolve suck, if you look at where I'm standing right now, there are 2 notches, cubbies, some people call them. Yeah, Drew says you'll be pulling it north. You'll be taking the one that walks towards the north, pulling it north, and taking it clockwise. All the golems will do a little walk out from the center. All the Minotaurs will do a little walk out from the center, and then you can grab them. What's it called? If you look where I'm standing, there is 2 cubbies. There is a south and north cubby. These cubbies are the places you will resolve the debuffs I'm talking about. If you look at the debuffs, there is one that looks like a guy sucking up noodles, and there's like a silhouetted Minotaur in the back. This one will pull you inwards, so you'll need to stand on the outer cubby. If you look at the one that looks like a guy falling down the stairs or being scared by a Minotaur, that is Wanderer's Fate. That one you will need to get you will get pushed out, so you'll need to be on the inner cubby. So Suck is on the outer, getting inwards. It's called Sacrifice's Fate, by the way. Wanderer's Fate is the guy falling down the stairs. It is getting scared. That is the one that will push you back. So I will call these debuffs when they go out, and you'll need to make sure you look for them. Off tanks run ahead of the main tank to pop the traps to the main tank and take their kite the Minotaur around. Other than that, that should be. Oh, also, when you see the yellow traps get like the yellow question marks showing the traps are getting placed, make sure that if you are not an off tank popping traps, you stay in the cardinal or anywhere where the yellow floor is not, because We don't want to get blown up by a trap. Other than that, there is an ability called something bolt. It is a big ring of lightning that will zap everyone who is not in a cubby. There is also Rending Bolt. Rending Bolt is a set of baited AoEs under your feet, kind of like the Croc Rocks. You'll just need to make sure you move your feet. I'll call out when all these are happening. So we only have 18 minutes left, so I'd like to just get pulling. So if everyone is ready, they can get in front of the purple line. If anyone has any last-minute quick questions, let me know. Other than that, hopefully we can get some prog in on this boss. It can go very chaotic or it can go very smooth. Mine yesterday on our first time was very smooth, so let's hope I can keep this up because I have never called this
Focusing
yesterday.
ads first, or
Yes, you as DPS while you're resolving these mechanics, you'll want to kill the golem or the ads that are closest to you and burst them down. The south one is where our party will be closest to, so we will try to burst this one down first. Also, when we pull this boss, baby rotations. Don't use any lost actions. Don't burst. Don't do anything. Just hit your 1, 2, 3 and weaken it. And once it hits 70% HP, we will go into the ads phase. Once the golem or once the minotaur gets close to you, that is where you'll want to pop your lost actions and burst it down. And punch these ads, as DTM put it. I like that. And as these die, it makes the phase easier because there is less shit that can go wrong. So just focus on bursting these down. Don't use gap closers or jump if you can avoid it. You can accidentally dash into the wall. This is very prevalent for dragoons because I make the mistake sometimes. Other than that, everyone to outer...
Question.
Yeah, what's up?
It's just specifically for me. So the ads phase starts at when we push it to 70?
Yes, the boss will shield itself, go to the center and start dancing, and then minotaurs will spawn on its cardinals. They will walk
Do the minotaurs
outwards.
spawn right away?
The minotaurs will spawn after a couple seconds, and they will appear on his cardinals and start walking outwards. So you can kind of chill on the outer ring on the cardinal, evoke it, and it'll walk towards you and start kiting it.
Okay.
There is no end rage. You can kill the ads in any order. That is why it's preferable to kill the south one first, because there's one less minotaur to worry about, and there is more room for the tanks to space out them. Do not let the ads keep them moving clockwise, and do not let them tether to each other, or they will get very, very fast. Other than that, we can go ahead and pull when you are ready. There is some mechanics after the ads phase, but they are very, very simple, and I will just call them out if we see it. Other than that, if you are all ready, let's hit a countdown. We can be good to go. Markers, I do not know if there actually are markers for this, so if Sembo, if you have them, go ahead and place them, because I know you have all the markers. Alright, cool. I think those inner markers are where the inner ring has the balls spawn, but I don't know. Anyway.
Already, I started countdown.
Alright, and those outer numbered markers are where you should start. Other than that, good luck everyone, and let's go. Baby rotations, don't bother popping lost actions, just hit it with your 1, 2, 3s, hit it with your basic spells. After this tank buster, which is a cleave, which you'll want to get away from, we will have one auto attack, and after that one auto attack, if you are inwards, you want to pop your arm's length. One auto, and now pop your arm's length.
Bjorn stands.
Fine.
Dodge these whacks, they are animation based, so do not play with them, do not toy with them. Alright. This is a coin counter cleave. Everyone get out. Do not science this. Do not toy with it. It is very big, very large. He's going to be pushing into his ad space any second now, so just keep hitting him. Raining bolts are going out. Take these to the edge. These are Morns, Rais, whatever they're called. Just move out of them. They keep zapping. Alright, ad space is starting. Everyone south. Healers in the inner ring. Tanks to your spots. The monks have spawned. Start pulling these. And lost actions, let's burst these down if you can. Two attempted to tether each other, but looks like they're fine now. Keep moving. Traps are going to get placed any second now. They are being placed. These are the ones that the off tanks will have to run through and pop. Everyone else stay out of the yellow. Alright, debuffs are going out. If you see
That's a
noodles,
very fast Minotaur.
Yeah. Try to spread them if you can. Debuffs are out. If you are the noodles, get outwards. If you are the person, get inwards. These are probably going to kill a lot of people because the fast golems. Looks like we did kill one of the minotaurs, so that does make our job easier. Get to a cubby. Get into a cubby. Looks like the one northwest is about to die. Raining bolts. Move your feet. Move your feet. like 2 minotaurs are left.
South dispel is dead.
All right,
Can I keep
debuffs are.
walking fast? I'm gonna go faster.
All right, debuffs are out. Get into a cubby. After the cubby, if you have the person falling down the stairs, Wanderer's Fate, you are on the inner side. If you have the suck, the noodles, you will be on the outer side of the cubby. Dodge these raining bolts first, and then
Yeah,
resolve
I'm
your
dead.
debuffs.
Okay, you got too close.
And off tank and cover. Do your debuffs, resolve your debuffs. Get in the cubbies and resolve your debuffs. Yeah, let's grab those minnows and spread them before they tether. They are about to tether. They are tethering. Move them apart before things go to shit. All right, we're good. Keep them far so we don't have autos happen. Other than that, try to focus them down. Get into a cubby. Get into a cubby. Flex into spells in the center. Still going good. Looks like we have 2 weak, very weak golem or minotaurs left. So if you guys want to move over to the other.
Spelled. Earth needs spelled.
Alright, just one last one. Next set of debuffs went out, but we will probably not see it because this monk is dead. Alright, ads phase is over. Get into a cubby first, though. Watch out for that ball of fire on D. If you can reflect it, that's good. If you are not, get away from it. And this is the rest of the fight. It is quite easy. There's not much. I don't think there's an end rage. This is a very weak raid wide, but still mid it. Alright, rapid bolts, take these out and away, then move out of them. Place them and move out. Alright, this is going to be a coin counter cleave. Get out, get away from the lightning bolts too, those are deadly. Alright, rapid bolts, another set, take these away, take these out and away. Next set of rapid bolts, take these out and away. Alright, very weird proximity, just get away from this. I've never seen a bait that close to the wall, but that makes it easier for the rest of you.
We're into the boss.
Yep, watch out for these whacks, very unfortunate whacks positioning, just don't be in them. I don't know if we have a tank right now because it looks like one of our tanks DC'd, so just make sure someone has aggro.
We do have a tank.
Mahia. Way to go.
Alright, tank buster, do not get in front of the boss if you are not the tank. This is a cleave. Vanessa, Lamau. Alright, there's the knockback. Alright, get out of the cleaves, get out of the... These cleaves are animation based. Alright, raid wide.
Don't bother arising this fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother arising, honestly, because chances are... I mean, there's no end rage as far as I'm concerned, and I would rather us save arises for future prog, because we're already kind of in shambles. Take these out and away.
The best we could do is instant pull queen and just do callouts and then wipe.
Yeah. Point counter cleave, get out and away, out and away, out and away. Rapid Wolf, take these out and away. Rapid Bolts, take this next set out and away. Alright, another weird baited proximity, get away from that. Alright, another set of whacks, get away from these, don't play with them, they're animation based. Tank buster, get away from the tank. Take these whacks away. Get out of them. Yep, I don't think we're going to be doing queen, but at least people can grab their chests. if they are alive. Get some extra. There's a chest north. I don't know what our plan for queen is. We are quite low on instance time.
We should just instance pull with no explanations and do calls just so that they can at least dip their toes into the fight.
Yep. If someone wants to stream,
we can get everyone up.
Yeah. If there's someone streaming, are we gonna bother rezzing people? Because I see people going for rezzes.
Focus on rezzing healers.
I have dodged 3 arises.
What's in this spoils? Is it just
Eat 16 in a row.
actually
It's a body plate.
It is a plate? Oh, okay.
Yep. That is all the plates in the instance you can get. There is one guaranteed upgrade drop from Queen.
I would like the chest, but I don't know if we have reses.
We do. People are passing them out.
No, Hardy.
It's wild we got this far.
Is it safe to go ahead? Or
Annalise, get Bjorn.
Do not go ahead. There is no traps ahead, but there is. We do not want to pop Queen yet because for every person that is still in the instance, Queen will be scaled based on how many people are still in the instance. So if people are guaranteed not to get back up, we will just have them leave before we kill Queen.
Okay.
Therefore, Queen will have lower HP and it'll be easier, but thankfully we're probably not going to kill it anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter. In fact, there is no way we can kill it. So
Just try to get up new people who need the chest.
Yeah, and if any tanks...
Oh my god, thank you, Lily.
And if any tanks who know the fight want to just sack me if they want, I would appreciate it, because I don't want to have to watch a stream for calls. I won't mind, but...
I'll mark you. Worst case, I can try sacking Cam.
If you have a healer that is still down, mark yourselves, and Bjorn will sack you.
Who do I sack? That's the question.
Of course, this is the run that I die on Minnow for the first time in forever.
If you do get up, make sure to grab your chest.
Oh, jeez. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
We have 6 minutes. If you want to do the poll, we should hurry up.
Yeah.
Alright, we're just
Any
trying
last-
to get people up if we can.
Damn it.
Alright, we can probably give it another... once the clock hits about 5:20, I will say we can probably just call it in terms of rezzing and just get going.
You know, I'm not really smart. I should have grabbed my chest before I sacked.
Good luck. 3 seconds to tick.
No, it's fine.
If you have a sacrifice, go ahead and use it on anybody.
I already sacked. It's over. Just don't revive me. I don't need it. I deserve not to get that.
Don't res Vanessa. They don't deserve it. They killed themselves.
Just leave if I'm not getting rest, right?
Dang.
It's okay, I got ejected.
If you are not rezzed, you can choose to not get up. But it shouldn't matter because we're not going to really kill it anyway. So, anyway, everyone else, let's go get moving to Queen. If you are dead and don't really care, you can hop out of the instance now, though. We are running extremely short on time, so I kind of just want to pull Queen. What the fuck are those markers?
Based
memes.
Yeah, but I just want to pull Queen right now. We're just gonna go there, pop her, and then we're just gonna see what we get. I will explain things as we go, but I am not going to explain anything beforehand. I just want to pull it. So once everyone is here, please skip the cutscene. It is the same as normal mode. You are not missing anything. It will just waste time. We do need shell, so if you want to get some shells applied as we're all moving here, you can, but I'm going to just pull it, so you might have to just apply shells during the pull.
Remember to talk about either shields shoot.
Same deal as last boss, just once you see the raid wide, I'll call it out and we'll pop those.
What are we pulling?
I'm going to hit a 30-second countdown once I see no more people moving for a couple seconds.
Actually, do it 15, because we won't hit super chest if we don't pull it now.
Alright, we are pulling it now. Actually, You get the markers down, please, if we have them. These markers. I don't have them. Thank you. Cool.
Who's main tank?
Keltherin, you are main tank. Make sure you keep the boss facing towards the party because we don't want a blue dinner plate in our face.
I'm not there. Somebody else needs to tank.
I got it.
Alright, looks like Nova has it now. Stand raid wide, ether shield out of reprisals.
Stand with us, cat left.
You want the boss facing the party?
Facing the party, yes. Ugly dinner plate in our face is no fun.
Catlia has aggro at the moment.
No worries. Alright, this is going to be first soft chest. We're going to take a look at the Northswain's Glow, see where we are going. Looks like we are going to the north. We're going north. And it looks like we are going to be safe on the wall at A. Safe on the wall at A. So just stay here. And it looks like we will be safe here. So just melee uptime. We are good. Just don't move out of this column.
This is the easiest chest I've seen in a while.
I know. That was pretty much redemption from yesterday. Holy shit. Alright, hopefully we can see the first super chest. I don't know how much time or what the timeline
true tank. Invuln.
Yep, invuln this. There's two slashes and then someone else take it. /1, /2, and another tank can take it now. Who has an invuln up?
I took both.
Alright, raid wide, ether shield, add reprisal. Yeah, taking both is fine. We just like to have another invuln tank take it for when the next one happens. Ooh, that hit very hard.
Yeah, I think ether shield didn't clip. My bad.
No worries, no worries. Hopefully we can see the first super chest. I think Queen's Edict is going to start now. Alright. We are going to be facing towards the C marker. Everyone get back away from the C marker. It looks like back and side are safe. So we will have sixes on the fuck, I can't.
Sixes in the corner, sevens behind 2, fives shit.
Sevens on what?
Fives on the marker between 3, 2, and B. Nope, that wasn't even cracked.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get hit on the 5.
Yep, start walking along the wall towards the safe spot. If you have a doom over your head, take a step back. And we're stunned. And now walk to the home spot. If you have a doom, just keep walking to the home spot. It's fine.
That was one of the fucky patterns for 5s.
I hate the both safe patterns so much. Alright, that is indeed first super chest. Now you've all seen super chest. I do not think we're going to see much more, so...
Is there a tank alive?
This is the hardest hitting thing in the instance, so Aether Shield's Addles reprisals if you have it. Once she charges her bar, she will give herself buffs that we will need to dispel. If there are any dispellers up, please dispel them. Once the bar hits 100, we can hit our light curtains. Though honestly, I would just say fuck it and not, because I don't want people to waste them. So I just say, if you see a lightning orb, run away from it. Once the orb has been popped, run into the shield. Run into the shield. Run into the shield.
To be fair, this is actually going pretty well for no explanations.
I know, right? And goodbye. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Alright, good job, guys. That was a incredible first day of Prog. Thank you all for coming out in this early morning, or evening if you are on the other side of the pond. Yeah, so as you saw, we saw the whole instance, basically. Missing some clean mechanics, but if you want to study everything at this point. Take a look at the simulators in the chat. Those simulators are very, very helpful. Other than that, have a good rest of your weekend. And...
Thank you for our happy birthday, Cam.
Yeah, it's my birthday, guys. No, I'm
Happy
kidding. No, it isn't.
birthday.
It's everyone's
So
birthday. am I right?
So we clear next week?
Probably. 2-week learning group, in and out, Lamau.
Oh my god. We're gonna clear before the other one. Jeez.
All right, see you guys later.